Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Maids of Roswald. I am your host for today, Wuten, playing as Maiden Heaven, and we have very, very exciting episode of taking care of the children again. Yes. So, starting with just below me, Ebony will be joining us here in about 30-ish minutes or so. But below me proper is Guti Serenade. We have Chaotic. Is his eye level too low again? Is his eye level too low again?
His eye level was too low.
Damn it.
Chaotic, no.
Yeah, so Guti playing as Florentina, Chaotic playing as Leona, and Kai playing as Rena.
Hello.
And of course, our benevolent British DM of the evening, over on the right-hand side, we have Solar.
But British people aren't real.
I know, right?
Leaves call.
Yeah.
We had a
Nice.
Call drops.
But yeah. All right.
It's like, British people aren't real.
Oh
it.
my god. It's a placebo effect. When you say it, it becomes true.
Exactly. We had
Yeah.
2 whole wars about this, guys.
Yeah. They
I
don't
make my
exist
triumphant
anymore.
return.
Oh,
Hey,
hello.
there he is. Perfect timing. Just in time for stream introduction.
Put my bis on. We're good.
Hey,
Excellent.
and there we go. All right. So, Solar, go ahead and floor is yours.
Hello. Excellent. Welcome back, maids. We're going to cut away from interesting events happening in New Spire, and we are going to move back to the Roswalds. Were this a movie or a TV series, it would cut like our Goblin Ovara picking out a piece of brain from the head of the dead body, inspecting it, and then it just cuts to Theo eating a dino nugget. Because that's just how we roll.
Nice. Love it.
So, last time on your journey to take care of children, you guys set the table, and then you set the table. You also actually didn't do much else. You had a long conversation, a very important conversation,
Very,
in which
very
you
long conversation.
you discussed a lot, and you learnt a lot. You all put forward some really good points in terms of who should be king. You didn't have a decision who should be
No.
king or queen.
We're not gonna have that for a while.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm happiest about is I don't think not one of you presented like an argument that I thought was like really bad. You all gave some really, really well-rounded, interesting points. And so for that, I am very proud of you.
Yeah.
We each get one experience
Yeah.
point.
You should level us up.
Yeah. You should level up. That'd be pretty
will-
cool.
For your efforts, you gain 1 gold star. You can
Even
put it
better
on
than a
your
level
fridge.
up. Fuck yeah.
You can put it on your diary or something. Yeah.
Put it on my
Yeah.
character sheet.
Yeah.
And then, in that little conversation you had, you learned a few interesting things. The first is that Heka has some theories, not solutions, but theories, to Elia's ailment of, well, just her strange ability to negate magic, and it seems to kill her. So, you guys have some options for that. You were presented with a few. One was going to try and get help from the Imperial Mages College, but that didn't sound very useful because you know who it's owned by. The other one was a potential northern character who is in prison in the capital.
I propose that one.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, what else did you guys discover? I believe you generally just made some more arguments about who should be king and queen, and you also got Elia's take on it because she was also listening.
Little speaker.
Old star, fuck yeah! I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think there's anything I'm missing. You'll have to bear with me because my brain is not working today. But we ball.
We ball.
Fuck it,
Ball
we
is
ball.
life.
Right. Okay. So, after that conversation, you guys went to bed and got your sleepies after a long day.
Mm.
And so,
Last thing.
Go on.
We forgot to mention the sleepover.
yes, you
Yeah!
had a sleepover with Elia.
Y'all got the sleepover. I had to go to my room and
Sorry,
work.
Rena.
Oh,
but yeah.
Rena. I'm sorry.
You choose to live and you choose to be there. You know, you always have a bed, I'm sure. You know, just saying.
Implying Florentina wouldn't cuddle more than one person.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We'll start with this one. So, day 2 begins. You guys are in your beds. I think I dropped you in the courtyard.
Seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Let me pop Elia over there as well. Well. Oh, that's the wrong bed, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the
Let's
guards'
stick-
quarters downstairs.
That's the guards' quarters downstairs. They're almost perfect copies of each other.
Theirs is just
There
a
you
little
go.
messier.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is a little messier. I'm sure you guys will be having words with them about that. Speaking of, it is when you are just about waking up that you hear a rapping on the door. And
Jokes on you,
Elia,
I've been awake for hours.
Elia wakes up at that moment, like just sits up out of bed with the most impressive bed head you've ever seen.
I wish
Oh.
I
Bit of
could.
drool in her mouth.
Brilliant.
What?
Well, we're not, probably not presentable yet, but I will probably be the first to get up to go and see who is rapping at the door, opening it just slightly enough to be able to see who is calling for us so early, even earlier than we otherwise would be getting up.
It is one of the guards. I'm terribly sorry to bother you at this hour, mates. But we there's something you might want to come and see. We have it seems to be some form of approaching force.
What? Is it? Is it the Duke already?
I don't know. You might want to just come and see this.
Give us a few moments. We'll be out.
Join us on top of the crenellations.
I will shut the door. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to clap my hands. Maids, we have an alert. Someone is approaching the castle. We don't have
I
much
hear it
time.
through the psychic link.
Yeah. There isn't much time. We need to be ready as quickly as we can. And immediately begins getting dressed and pulling out a comb to, deal with the hair and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Help me put
Pulls the
on my
bed
stuff.
head back. Pulls the bed head back into the ponytail. I'm good.
Quick, help me put on my full plate.
I will help
can-
you. That will take
I
at
can
least,
assist
I
as
think,
well.
what? I was gonna say, I think that cuts down the time by half with 2 people helping. So I think it's like
Yeah.
4 minutes. 4 minutes to help you get the full plate on. So sitting there adjusting the straps and just like, is that too tight? Is that too not?
Yeah.
As you doing this, Elia's just kind of looking on, going like, "Is everything okay? Are we under attack?"
Alas.
There appears to be some sort of the guard described force approaching the castle, and I'm hoping it's not the Duke already. We didn't think we were expecting him for at least a few more days, but we are need to get ready so that we can go see what's going on.
Yes. We can never not be too careful.
You prepare in your own time and join us if you wish, madam.
I will join you anon. Allow me to get ready. I don't think I can do it as fast as you two.
As all of us with our years of experience are ready in 5 minutes or less, so...
She's, as we get close to finishing, she's just like kind of testing it all, moving her arm, doing some arm exercises to kind of make sure everything fits right, it's well equipped.
It better
and
be.
She'll be good to go.
It better be. I made it.
All right.
Everything's in place, yeah.
In that
Slip my
case-
chainmail on before slipping on the maid's outfit, and then...
In that
I
case,
guess-
when you are ready, please make your way to the 3rd floor.
And we could probably assume that Flamme is also going to join us as well, so...
Oh,
Oh
probably over
shit! There is a 3rd floor. I
Yeah.
never looked. I never
You never
looked down
looked.
here. Shit! All right.
There is in fact
Surprise!
a 3rd floor.
God damn! All right.
So, is it at the back side here, or is it at the front? Because funny enough, I
the
think this is
front.
actually the back. Is this the front or the back?
Okay, so this is technically the front of
Okay.
the castle, but yes, you guys you appear through these like little stairways here, which are the ways up.
Fair?
Yeah. Okay. So, as you come out, you see that somehow, like always, Struworth is up before you,
How the?
and
Man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
with there he seems to be staring at something in this direction.
I suppose we'll come over to join him.
Mhm.
I'll come up and stand beside him like this, looking out to see where he's looking.
Let me find a good one. Approaching you is some strange. Oh,
Oh,
Is that
oh,
who I think it is?
hello, Ebby.
Evie.
Hello.
Hey! Perfect timing. We're just about to see what someone is approaching us.
Menacingly.
Are they within 10 feet?
No, not
Probably
quite.
within a mile or two.
Not quite. But Mukate Kurunuka. Anyway.
Just a quick TLDR for you. All we've actually done so far is overwent everything we did last session, and we woke up to a rapping. The guard came to get us. I guess there's a group of people approaching us. We got ready and we went up on the battlements. That's all that's happened.
Yep.
So you
You're
didn't
in
really
the-
mention much.
Yeah. We were in the middle bottom. Because apparently there's a 3rd floor that I didn't even catch. Anyway.
There is in fact a
Need to
middle
learn.
bottom.
Look down. Tall people.
I don't look
looking
down. Unless it's someone I'm talking to. Anyway.
Tall people.
Sad how to talk to small people.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me about it.
Ow.
Angie.
Guti, do you bend down or do you squat when you're talking to short people?
It depends on the respect I have for them.
Fair enough. All right. What are we looking at, Solar?
So, in the distance, you all see they are so far off. They are like tiny little pinpricks in the distance, but you can tell one thing. They are not traveling along the ground. They are flying. And there is quite a large number of them.
Oh.
Oh.
The guard here seems to pass a spyglass to Struworth, who takes it, looks at the approaching force, and then offers it to one of you, who will take it.
I imagine that I would happily take it.
Okay. You take it. Are you going to look at the approaching force? Or try to?
I mean, what if I said no? What would happen?
The force would continue to approach.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll look at him.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Sure.
This one.
33.
Well, you do see something.
Oh. I know this theme.
It is. In the distance is approaching a significant force of griffin riders. And with that 33, I'll give you that even from here you are able to recognize their banner. They are the banners of Gontakill.
Not the banners of Ebby magic, which I would imagine would be the Duke, but rather Gontakill, which is led by... is he the leader of, or is he the son? Is Joran the current lord of Gontakill?
Joran is the current lord of Gontakill.
Okay, just checking.
Fucking names.
You are absolutely welcome. I'm not responsible for Gontakill, I just want you to know.
That would be me, my friends.
Yeah.
So, I'll sort of lower the spyglass, and then I'm going to look over at Struworth, and I'm just going to say, the banners of the banners of Lord Joran, of Gontakill. What are they doing here? They most certainly seem to be approaching us.
I do not know. There has been no word about Joran's army, only that of Ebby magic. It was assumed that they would be staying in the north.
Do you think perhaps they carry news of some sort that is so important, yet why would they not go to the city? If that were the case.
I do not know. Well, perhaps we shall find out anon. What are your thoughts as the more combative of the two of us?
So I saw banners. I probably couldn't. Obviously, they're probably wearing helmets. They're all kinds of things. Body language. They're busy writing, so there's not much you can really do other than try to maintain yourself on a griffin. So. What do I know about the Griffin Riders of Gontakill? What kind of knowledge check do I need to make?
I would take knowledge, local, or nobility, and that goes for all of you. I'm assuming you've told everyone else.
Well,
Or
they're
is it
obviously
just-
listening to us, so when I say the banners of Lord Joran of Gontakill, his Griffin Riders,
enough.
everyone else can be like, oh, yeah.
Oh.
29 nobility.
Oof, I don't have that knowledge, I think.
So with such a high nobility there for you, I'm not going to maybe necessarily do nobility. Could I learn something different through knowledge martial, maybe?
I I will give different descriptions based on what you roll, yes. I will
Okay.
allow a martial roll.
I'll do a knowledge martial roll just for different knowledge, see what we get. 22.
22.
Nice.
Yeah, that way we could just get, as wide a variety of info as we can.
Okay. Anyone else able to roll, or is that all?
I mean, I can do nobility, but I feel like the nobilities we have is good enough.
Okay, that's...
I don't know if I can
Yeah.
beat
fair.
that.
That's very fair.
Intelligence-based, baby.
So,
I mean, yeah.
we still... No one's rolled local yet, if you have
I
any
could
of
roll
those.
local.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
spread it out.
I don't have
Spread it
local.
out.
Shit.
Yeah,
Knowledge whack.
I figured.
That's
My
what you
knowledge
have.
rolls usually go this
Which I
way.
guess would be Marshall.
You know that the I don't say this to be mean, but what you know is that the Griffin Riders of Gone to Kill are usually used by the province of Gone to Kill.
I'm so proud
Gee.
of them. They really stay on brand.
Right.
To
So,
keep kosher.
in terms of nobility, I didn't set this music to repeat, didn't I?
Oh.
The nobility roll will give you, Florentina, you are aware that the Griffin Riders of Gone to Kill are actually not just a... They're not just a military force, but they're actually a knightly order. Usually forming from knightly orders of cavaliers, and the most prominent of which that you know of that originates from place you're from, and is probably what the order that is approaching you is the Order of the Sword.
Recognize some of those. It's one of their knightly orders. I think of the sword. If what you're saying is accurate, Leona.
Most prestigious of their orders, no doubt.
With
Do I
your,
know what?
Go on.
Do I know? Do I know what? Sort of. With the order of the sword, with my check, do I know what type of? Relations they carry out within the realms of the kingdom? Like what they in order to kind of gain what they might be trying to do here.
I can tell you that they are, as a knightly order, the Order of the Sword is usually centralized on nobility, chivalry, and loyalty to one's lord. So it would make a lot of sense that when their lord, which is assumingly the Lord of Gone to Kill, calls his banners, they also answer. And so
Okay.
all you can really determine from that is that it would make sense that they are an official part of the army, per se.
Okay.
With your Knowledge 22 Marshal, Leona, you can determine, you know that as you keep up to date with more of the latest martial exploits, that they were actually called into the Northern War as a way to combat the Northern forces, and have quite recently started using more griffins in their numbers, as their mounts. As you can imagine, horses are the usual, but they upgraded to griffins when they realized they needed a fast-moving, heavy cavalry to be able to outmaneuver Northern forces. It also is easier.
The griffin riding is a recent thing.
It's in more recent years, as to say.
Okay. Not only are they a prestigious military force, but one so prestigious that their members can afford the ridiculous prices it would take to have such a exotic mount, and not just an exotic one, but one tamed well enough for combat.
Mm-hmm.
To be sending an entourage on griffins of all things, whatever it is they're here for, must be urgent.
Well, yes. I would not, as you say, I would not expect them to stop here, but the capital.
Does it look like they're going to the capital, or does it look like they were coming towards us?
So the capital is to the north, and they are approaching from the west. So they are deliberately going to you.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. If it looked like they
Okay.
were coming towards us, so.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Just as a side note, I am psionically focused for the day, and
Shut the fuck up, Evan.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Somebody just lost a gold star.
Oh no.
God damn it, we earned those!
I'm a good noodle.
Oh jeez. You'll get
Scarlet-
this back when you've earned it.
I can't imagine like as you guys are talking about Gone to Kill, because I have no knowledge on nobility as much as you do. I just like under my breath, I hope they have not come to kill.
Yeah, take your Game Boy away, young.
I'm also in Scarlet Duelist attitude, for future note.
Excellent.
Cool. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, I
Panicking.
imagine it panicking. One,
They- Does it, by their angle, can we tell that they're going to try probably approach from like the main gate, or are they going to just fly in through the roof like a bunch of heathens?
They're currently miles out, so you don't really know. They're just approaching you.
I'll double check to make sure we're all in the collective. And I know I have the sheet for it. I need to.
I do have a question, Solar, because I don't have knowledge and ability per se in our local, but
Mhm.
I have been probably longer than most of the people.
Sure.
Have I heard of anything like this before? Like, mostly, like, I think what Flamme might be concerned about is the fact that a lord wouldn't just drop unannounced, especially with an army.
I can tell you that, based on your knowledge, the only thing I can tell you is that a lord might not necessarily be with them, or like the lord of Gone to Kill.
And they might just
They
be a
could just-
contingent.
They could just be a detachment, yeah.
What's a detachment?
A detachment is like a force in an army.
When they're detached.
Like a
like,
SWAT.
like
A
a
group,
force-
a group that detaches from the main body.
like
Yeah.
what do you call a platoon? Platoon?
Yeah,
Kind
like
of,
that, or a
yeah.
squad
Yeah,
or something, yeah.
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 So,
They're detached from the main army, but are still
Yes.
a part of it in spirit.
because of the number of people I can have in my collective, I will also offer Struworth if he wants to. So,
He will accept it.
okay, so he'll be part of the collective for the moment.
I just imagine just a you want to be friends.
You want to be in my head?
As he gets added, I just go hello.
Yeah, ew. Just hear
It's like
small
getting added to a
ew.
Discord
Discord
channel.
call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little bouncy kitty. Hello.
I imagine it's like every time someone joins, like the ting noise.
The collective, you hear that badoom, badoom.
Hold on.
That would be the saddest noise, like somebody dies in the collective. You just hear badoom. Yep, you hear that one, and they're just like, oh no, they're gone.
Oh no. Oh no,
This is
something
what plays
happened.
every time we have a thought.
or the wasted sound of GTA.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Just every time we get a thought going through, it's just
Just a ping.
Do you get
Yeah.
several people are typing in your head, Chaotic?
Oh dear.
Yes.
When everybody starts
Oh,
talking at the
fine.
same time.
Oh Jesus.
In the meantime, and it's like someone who's just not aware and just like singing on their head.
Here, you guys. Can we just make a new server real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Can we
Make
move
a
down
side
into another
channel.
chat?
Can we change the server location?
Ebony,
No, I am the server.
Flamme asks, so can we get a not safe for work channel? Or
You fool, we're always at work.
I
Doesn't mean it's safe for it.
Oh my God.
Leona over here. Leona over here.
Leona just like
moderating
what the fuck,
moderating the Discord.
Oh no,
24/7.
Leona's a Discord mod. I will not be your kitten. I will not be your kitten.
All right.
Anyways.
Anyway,
yeah,
bring
it
it back. Bring it back. Elia has joined you at this point.
Okay.
Was trying
She
to
joined the
curiously.
Discord call.
She didn't join the Discord call, but she is curiously looking at the approaching force.
I might
which is-
kill her if I tried to ask her to join. It's funny enough. It's
That is
magical.
true.
It's
Oh, that's
magical,
true.
so yeah.
You can thank Cygnus for this because earlier today he did tell me something quite harrowing which I didn't think about. You can kill her with a message spell.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
You can just sit with that knowledge in your head for a while.
Just nuke her with a sending spell from several miles away.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
There's no save.
so the force is now approaching you and is getting larger. Are you doing anything in preparation, or are you just letting them approach and just watching?
I have my psionic focus and I'm in my stance, but that's about the most I can do.
Okay.
I am ready to. I mean, I'm always ready because everything on me is like a swift or a free action to get started.
Okay.
Because I'm a ninja. So
Mm,
technically,
fair
I'm
enough.
always ready.
Struworth will turn to the guard next to him and say,
Inform the others. Have the guards at the ready.
Flat-footed.
All right. Yes, sir.
and he heads off.
Oh, let's just hope this is just a casual visit.
Well, you watch, slightly stressed, as this force approaches. At this point, you were able to tell their number is... You want to roll me a perception check, and I'll give you how accurate their numbers are? There
Oh,
are quite a
yeah.
few of them.
Yeah, sure.
23.
29.
30.
8.
what kind of check? Sorry.
Perception.
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 Oh, I
Actually,
might
now
be
that I
good
think-
at that.
You might be good at that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's kind of the point of the D20.
Certainly hope so.
You know.
Hey, 30 buddies.
Hey, there we go.
There you
30
go.
friends.
All
It's the
right.
glasses.
Maiden and Flamme, you're able to do quick mental maths in your head as you slowly count. There is around 65 of them in total. 65 Griffin Riders.
And that's just terrible.
That's as many as 9/10s.
Jesus.
Exactly.
We have
Anyway.
question, Solar. Do we have stables in this fort?
Yes, if you look down in the bottom left.
All right, bottom left.
It's okay.
Those are probably where the horses we have are kept, though. So
Yeah, you do not have the ability to
Yeah.
house 65.
Yeah, I was gonna turn to Leona. I'm gonna think we need a bigger stables for this.
So,
Forget
They
the
better-
army
stables.
is now within. Go on.
I was gonna forget the stables. How are we gonna feed all of these people and griffins?
my response is pretty much just, I hope they're prepared to camp.
Well, the group that size, I'm sure they have supplies not far behind at the rear.
Mm.
One would hope.
I suppose we'll find out, won't we? I'm just staring at these people. So
Well, they're now within 1 mile and slowly approaching. They move forward, and at this point, you are now able to pick out the assumed leader in front, who's leading them, and the banners next to them.
continuing
When
to
they
use
approach-
the spyglass when Streeworth hands it to me.
Okay. They approach to about 300 feet of the castle. And that is where they halt and form a hovering position. You see as one of the bannermen is reaching into their pack and pulls out a piece of cloth which they hand to the captain, who then raises it. It is another, slightly smaller flag with some intricate coloring on it and shapes. Could any of you roll me knowledge martial, local, or nobility? Yeah, I'm giving nobility.
Nobility.
Same ones as before, I guess.
Yeah.
Can I roll both nobility and local, or do I have to pick or choose?
20.
You have time to just roll both.
Okay. There is the local. Okay. And there is the nobility. By the way, don't worry about my spelling. I'm just trying to type really fast, and by that I mean I hit the letters that make sense, and I hope you can read it.
There we go.
Okay. Rena, Leona, Florentina, you get this. There's not much information to differentiate with those rolls on this. These are the in place you're from. It is quite common for the armies to, if they have no lines of established communication via magic or anything else, will communicate with a complex systems of flags. Each flag has a very particular meaning and a very particular meaning which you'd wave at one army to communicate with them, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
detachments like this can communicate no matter what, so long as they can see each other or see these flags, they know what they mean. Sort of like how ships raise different flags to mean things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very similar practice. Especially when you have flying units, this makes things very useful. Now, I will say for the 36 and the 30, I will also hand in what this flag means. Red with white stripes, diagonal. Requesting parlay, permission to land.
Ollie.
Understood. Parlay.
Conversation.
No, I know.
This would usually be where you would probably respond with flags of your own.
Do we have flags that we can use?
Actually, as a matter of fact, we do. This guard steps forward. Allow me to go get them for you. And he immediately runs into this little tower here. And comes back with a box.
It makes
full
sense they'd be
of
in the tower.
Different flags, yeah.
Because people
So-
approaching the gates themselves would also communicate with whoever's on the battlements, so...
Mm-hmm. He hands it to you.
Is there a flag that gives them permission to do so?
There is, yes.
I assume the same flag back to them, pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much. Same flag back, permission granted.
I will look for said flag and ask and look at Struworth as I take it out, as if asking permission.
He will nod.
You are the military tactician among us. It is your choice.
I will take said flag and I will do my best to wave it back at them.
They will see this, and then they will begin their approach. You'll notice that the main force of Griffins is maintaining their position and just are maintaining more of a circling around the castle.
Yeah,
Whereas,
so, sort of like an arc around the direction they came from, basically.
yes, basically. They're just arcing around the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The one that looked
The
like
one
the captain
approaching
is the
you.
one that's approaching?
yes, the one that looks like the captain is approaching. And so she does. She flies up and will land on the battlements. Oh no, I don't want to delete her token.
Squawk.
Cook.
Cool.
So, she lands upon the battlements and will then return a Gontakilian salute to you. Apologies for the lack of communication. We didn't, we didn't realize this castle was occupied.
I'll tilt my head at that.
Huh?
So is Struworth seeming to take the lead or not?
He will look to you.
Okay.
He will be standing behind you, but he will look to you for
How could
this.
someone not know the...
I will step forward. You find yourself... This was Castle Roswald, pretty much?
This castle is called Hold the Fort.
Hold the Fort.
Oh my fucking.
Hold the
Yes.
fort. Got it.
Once again, you are welcome.
No, I'm not. I'm not very welcome here. Nothing but hostility.
So, I step forward. You find yourself at Castle Holdefort, and at the mercy of the royal family. What is your reason for being here? I will also state after that, I am Leona Augustine, head maid of this castle. As to who you address. May I ask your name, ma'am?
I see. So this is where the Roswalds are.
My apologies. I did not realize this castle is so small. My name
dare you.
is.
I
My
take it as
name-
the insult it's meant to be. It's
The
fine.
audacity of this bitch.
My name is Captain Dersa of the 2nd Griffin Squadron of Gone to Kill. She once again performs you a Gone to Killian salute. Order of the Sword. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. It has been a while since I fought alongside maids in combat. I recognize you as stout warriors.
Indeed we are, and I'm sure you know our reputations. I will give her a slight, not taking my eyes off of her, curtsy. You know, normally you'd look down, I keep my eyes on her the whole time instead.
Mm-hmm. She nods.
What is your purpose for being here then?
Well,
Seeing.
we were flying through. We dropped by as a, we were on our way headed for the capital when we saw your force and realized that you might be in some danger, so we decided to land and give you fair warning. I hope
Danger.
you do not mind.
Danger. Very staring daggers at this point, not necessarily like angry at her, but just like, you know, what the fuck did you just say, basically.
On alert.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm sure you are aware that the army of Ebby Magic has been returning home to the capital. Right now, they are currently just getting out of the Scarenhuff Mountains, I would imagine. Lord Joran sent our 2 Griffin detachments with them to oversee their march through the mountains
as you can imagine, it is a very perilous journey. Therefore, we went to oversee them to make sure they would make it through. With our griffins, it is easier to traverse the mountains, you see. However, and she kind of stops at this moment, trying to figure out how she is going to explain this. Unfortunately, in the travel, we had a slight miscalculation. You see, a small force of northerners slipped past our forces in the mountains, and they proceeded into place you're from. In light of this, my force was deemed to go ahead and hunt them down like the swine they are. So, we did so. We are continuing to pursue them. However, we've lost track of them. Last time, we had a good read on their location. We had info that they would be heading towards the capital from your direction. Therefore, we chose to land and inform you. I hope you, do not, you will, what's the word? I hope you will not, put us at fault for this, even though it is unexpected.
Can I do a sense motive on her?
I want to sense her the fuck out of her as well. I don't like her.
Likewise.
Can I just sense her in general?
You can sense her.
Okay. She has a presence, guys.
She has a presence.
She has her own art.
That makes her special.
Mm-hmm.
She does indeed.
Yes.
She has a griffin. It goes
So
slack.
since we're in a collective, whoever ends up getting the best read is able to just tell everybody else without having to say it out loud. So
Indeed. So Leona, you can't really determine much from her.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to just be maintaining a soldier's composure. She is being formal and respectful, but also is generally speaking with kind of the slightly less formal nature that you get in soldiers who have been fighting for a long time, if you know what I mean.
Of
Like,
course.
The difference
Professional, but
between-
not like being, two forks on the left or right. Like, you're not doing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
bullshit. I'm just professional.
Yeah. It's like the difference between a new recruit and a veteran talking.
Mm-hmm.
They both know how to be respectful and formality, but one just slightly cares less or has been doing it for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Flamme and Florentina, you're about getting the same thing from her, which is she's, as far as you can tell, she's not lying. She's not being untruthful, but you can tell that she is also she seems to be withholding information. Yeah, she hasn't outright lied as far as you can tell.
I'll say
if you want, yeah.
I'll say into the collective, I don't know about anyone else, but it seems like she's keeping some cards close to her chest. Is that advisable if danger approaches?
What
I'd advise-
reason would she have to hide anything, though?
I'd ask the numbers we're expecting to deal with if this comes to pass.
I'll speak into the collective as well and just say, any other questions that you have, go ahead and direct them towards me and I'll keep speaking with her.
And I pet the griffin.
Like, just
Probably.
collectively probably turn to look at Rena.
Probably best not.
Just hear a little foot shuffle in the back. Damn it.
Elia
you
looks at you, and you seem to realize you were thinking the same thing.
Aww.
So you said her
Kindred
name
spirit.
was
Dersa.
Dersa, thank you.
Dersa.
You got the first letter, right? Which is better than I did.
Well then, Dersa, I appreciate you bringing this information to us on such short
God damn it.
notice. What sort of numbers should we be expecting? And will you be staying to continue in the defense, assuming that they are coming this way, or are you going to continue your hunt?
I can tell you that we don't plan to stay. We need to move on to, the capital as well. However, I can tell you that it is only a small force. Maybe 5, 10 Northerners, but those quite strong. You see,
5
they
to
were
10 Northerners left out of whatever managed to slip through. What kind of group managed to sneak through the mountain passes, whilst the armies of Ebby magic were there as well? And the fabled Griffin riders, no less.
She grits her teeth a bit at that, but maintains composure.
The mountains are treacherous, and the Northerners in question, they were some of the best among their clan. You see, I can tell you that they were strong combatants indeed, and were well versed in navigating the mountains. I would advise you to be careful. We will continue to hunt them, but should they show up here, please be ready. Remember, Northerners are vile scum, but they're smart. And they can get a... If you let them get out of control, they can be quite the problem.
Spread like weeds.
Like rat folk in the sewers.
Indeed.
Why do I feel like this is very racist?
Because it is.
Because
This is a very...
because we're Frumians.
Well, y'all. Wait. No, I'm not saying anything. What?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Anyways. I have to wonder what they think their purpose is and if they know where they're going. If they're from the northern realms, they would not know the lay of the land this side the mountains.
It is very odd, but it isn't uncommon for Northerners to launch raids. However, they usually do it by the
far?
sea.
Yeah, the sea to the north. It's, Just trying to think if there's anything else that I have to ask. And the fact that they would wander so far east of the mountains is also perplexing. Then.
Indeed. Forgive me for my impertinence, but is that there not one of the Roswald children?
You may well be addressing her, yes?
She turns to the to Elia for a moment, and this time she makes a bow.
My lady, forgive me, I did not realize who you were at first.
I'm gonna just like slightly get my interpose like my arm in between.
And just gently kind of a little bit further in front of her, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just step forward and you're just kind of, So, I get it.
At that, Elia will nod.
You are forgiven. I am not fond of formalities. However, I would say that if you have any questions, I would ask that you please direct them towards Leona here. She is my eyes and ears. Treat them as if they were my words. Very well. She will turn back to you. Is there any more information you would have?
Anything else that you think would be pertinent for us to know, you should share. Anything that might well aid us should this raiding group end up deciding this castle to be their next target.
Roll me a diplomacy, please.
I'm sure if they have magic.
Would I be
May
able
I
to... Go ahead, Ebony.
just may I ask a question? Just because there's something I'm a bit not sure if I might have missed.
Okay.
The this might just be me not remembering his story of place you're from, but this north people know about the Roswald royalty, because it was my understanding that they weren't entirely educated on that kind of stuff.
I don't think they do.
Because I'm thinking, why would they be targeting this castle?
I think it's more of a not targeting and just hitting whatever's in their way.
Yeah. But
Castles are important.
true.
You've brought up a very good point. A very good point there, Ebony. And I'll allow more for a knowledge local check if you have it.
Nah.
I haven't.
Wait,
Then all
can
I can tell you is that it is not common to see Northerners in place you're from.
Very.
I'm gonna raise that. I'm gonna raise that question.
I'm sorry, you finish.
Sorry, I'm gonna raise that question to the collective, so someone more efficient
roll.
Yeah.
I got a 26.
Would I be able to, since I'm standing behind Leona, and she makes that, can I plant my weapon in the ground to kind of aid with the diplomacy, just to kind of, because we're kind of just being like, it kind of indicates we must be ready, and we will be.
A warrior's respect sort of deal.
Yes.
Sure. I will allow a diplomacy
All right.
there.
+2 on your diplomacy, chaotic.
Okay, thank you. And closest thing I just wanted to add for Ebony was it's likely that some very big names in the Northern Realms would probably know about the Distant Lands Kings, but most normal people would not. Like, I don't, we are pretty knowledgeable, I would say, as our characters, and I don't think we necessarily know all the nobility and clans and this and that of the Northern Realms because we don't live there.
Yep.
So.
Fair.
Okay.
So,
It just me. I'm thinking like on like the behest of our northern characters. It's like I don't think any of those characters would have any idea on that functioning of place you're from. Maybe.
Well,
but
Prattle does, but that's because he comes from place you're from. So.
To be fair, my northern character doesn't even know the leaders of other tribes than
Same.
his own.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the
Yes.
fuck's going on in place you're from. I'm way too far from the border.
I have a 40 on my diplomacy.
Oh my good god. Oh. Okay, so
One of those things I'm really good at is talking to people.
we'll go for that in just a moment. Rena, for your knowledge local check, I can tell you that it is very uncommon for Northerners to be in the Southlands because, one, they're more or less blocked off by an ocean and a mountain range, but it's also because place you're from is very, if you didn't notice, racist towards Northerners.
Yep.
And that is because of the way the war started many years ago. To summarize that, place you're from has a claim to the lands of the North, but it is because it was built on the idea that they didn't think any big civilization was living in the North.
Just a bunch of savage tribes.
Just a bunch of savages. So their entire claim to the North is based on the idea that the Northerners are just a bunch of savages. They are not
Barbarians.
recognized as a... Yeah, because it's Yukai, think of Garlemald looking at Eorzea.
Yeah, just a bunch of
It's just
fucking
a bunch
savages.
of savages.
Like, to be fair, if Alfred visited place
Barely
you're
even
from, he
human.
would probably reinforce these stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Northerners aren't shit. They're barely human.
Exactly. Barely even human. Savages, barely even human. Anyway,
So-
Fucking
Pocahontas.
For your 40 on your diplomacy check, you can sense from her that she is she's not telling everything she wants to say. You can she bites her lip. I can tell you in terms of their skills. Their leader is an elusive fellow. He has slipped my Griffin riders 5 times already since he crossed the border, and he seems to be able to move without walking. But he is just a man. But a great warrior at that.
And a deceptive one, otherwise.
Indeed.
Looks like that answers my question about if they have magic. So,
They might. It's possible.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
Sorry.
Unfortunately,
Go ahead.
I'm not versed enough to tell you more.
We appreciate you bringing us, deciding to come and visit this otherwise empty castle, to warn whoever could possibly be here as to the dangers of a rogue band of northerners in our territory. We thank you.
She nods. All the respect to you, mates. I'd like to fight with you once again sometime. I've seen what your, head mistress, the, one with the claws, I've seen what she does on the battlefield. Scary thing, that.
Quite the terror to behold.
Mm-hmm.
She nods, gives you a salute, and she takes off. And so, the force, as she rejoins it, begins to bear for the capital.
Maiden claps her hands together once she's decently far enough away. Well, that went better than expected.
Yeah.
Did it?
Still. So,
Go on.
we need to be prepared to make up for their incompetence.
You need to prepare for this potential force to come out. Did she mention how far out they were?
Nope.
The fact that she's warning us says that the last time they saw them, they must have been around here somewhere and have generally been moving northward.
Mhm.
Because we're south of the city, so.
Yeah, so it's more likely that the force in question has been giving them the slip. But,
A very
has
small
now-
force of maybe 5, so basically a very small raiding party tops, or about the size of an adventuring party, one could say.
Yeah.
What? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can't be. People would never travel in those numbers.
That would be so
That's-
dumb.
What?
What would you imagine? Just like 5 people going into a dark tower somewhere and killing everything
Raiding
inside
it and taking all the
That's
gold?
Dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Causing a...
Never heard.
Unrealistic much?
I've never heard anything like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds like fake news. I don't enjoy you spreading this propaganda.
If anyone made like a story element or campaign around that, then
5 or 6 people taking an entire fort, man, that'd be ridiculous.
That would be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have
Unreal.
That's fucking
I
crazy.
have the sensation that you guys are bullshitting me.
It has to be in Yakuza numbers. By that I mean only 1 to 2 people take over the whole tower.
Yeah, because I
Right,
was
yeah.
captured the entire time.
What I have to wonder
And-
is why she would choose to come here when the first thing she said was that they thought the place was empty. Were they thinking perhaps they were going to use it as a base of operations whilst they searched, whilst they warned the city and the capital and the council?
Mm.
Perhaps they saw us at a distance atop the walls.
Or perhaps she's not being completely forthcoming with us as you suspected.
Would it be worth to maybe make an inspection of the surroundings?
That's a good question. There's only so large a contingent of us here alongside the guards. I almost would rather not sit there and have any of us leave at this point. We
Oh,
can't risk
no.
the royal family's lives.
Oh, no, sorry, I meant I can maybe have something scout the area for us.
Oh?
Yep, let me just check my table for monsters, for summon monster.
Well, just make sure that you're away from Elia when you do it.
Yeah.
And I do believe that monsters only last for rounds, right? So...
Yep, but I mean, better than nothing?
I mean,
might be
Here's
better
the
to save
thing.
it.
Here's my
I
my thought on that, Ebony, is if since it only lasts for rounds, that
Mhm.
means that what we have a spyglass, we could probably see our things for ourselves without having you have to burn a spell. You know what I mean?
Also,
Better
I
saved
mean,
for combat.
very
True.
quick and stealthy. I can easily head out there and head back real fast.
If
Also-
we felt like having you go out and do some scouting work, yeah.
Yeah, also never mind, I think the best thing I can summon is a cloaker
Yeah, I don't think
for
we
doing that.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
fair.
That's
You
all
know,
right.
Which raises the issue that we do have that business in town of seeing that prisoner and
Yes.
getting some supplies.
And if there's this band of northerners, which, you know, based on their size and their elusiveness, make me very much think of those.
Hmm.
The bands of dungeon delvers that cross the lands from time to time. I know you've heard stories of them.
And
Dangerous individuals, at the very least, assuming they're anything like.
poking fun at the Griffin Riders aside, if they manage to escape their eyes, that might mean they are actually quite good at hiding. So
I would not be able to comment on their battlefield tactics, but
would it be worth maybe for a while, maybe making sure that the young ones are always under someone's watch?
Absolutely. It would be good to have someone on them at all times until we know that this danger has passed. And as I said, I would be loath to send anyone outside the walls at this point, but we do still have business to attend to. There's the prisoner that
worried-
Heka spoke of. Go ahead.
Elia will speak up. If you're worried about protecting us and leaving the castle, you could always take us with you. She offers the suggestion.
I'm gonna pat her in the
You
head.
make a good you make a good choice. You make a good point, my lady.
Well, it's a very good idea. I don't think it might be the best to put you on an open field.
However, she's better with us than she would be anywhere else.
True.
That's true.
Assuming that these individuals are as good at hiding as they are, I don't imagine any wall would necessarily stop them. We still have our business to attend to. We need to finish gathering additional items for the Duke's arrival. For that's still happening. And possibly meet with the prisoner that Heka spoke of that might have additional knowledge about.
And I'll say then into the collective after you say that. And if this knowledge leads us towards a cure for Her Highness, all the better reason to potentially have us with her.
Mhm.
Correct.
So,
Well, it's been a while since I've seen the city.
As long as we make sure to make it before nightfall. So this will be a morning trip. And either we will find somewhere to stay in the city for the evening, or else be sure we'll be back before the moon rises.
Yes. May need to employ additional... It may be also wise for us to employ additional watches from us as well.
Correct.
might be worth to have Theo and Averin accompany us.
Of course. They are included amongst the royal children.
I may need to pick up a
Really?
Are you sure?
You get the feeling he has been there watching the Griffin ride for a while.
Oh, sweetie baby.
That's cute.
Fair.
May need to pick up a ring like Rena has.
Might need it with the upcoming days.
Yeah. Oh, I can afford one! Fuck
Hey!
They're riding into town.
yeah!
Might as well.
I'll be on the list then. Shit, yeah.
So
I can't
Leona will
afford
turn, and she will say, I think that makes the plan fairly clear then. Maids, prepare yourselves for the day. My lady, would you and your brothers be willing to accompany us to the city today?
I'm sure I could convince them.
She looks at Averin, who is like beaming with
Already
excitement.
He's just
Okay.
he's just vibrating in place.
In
It's
place.
Would you like to take a contingent of guards with you if you are taking all 3 of the children out of the castle? I cannot help but show some concern with that.
If you would like additional guards from the castle to accompany us, Struworth, I would not deign to stop you.
It would give me peace of mind.
Then a small nod of the head.
Mhm.
Okay.
Make sure to
Alright.
equip them with cloaks to...
Put up over their heads.
Put
Don't
up
need
over their
people
heads.
knowing who they are. I'm sure
Exactly.
there are people that know what they look like.
Very,
so.
Yeah.
the
Inconspicuous.
lifts, Maiden will actually, bring a hand up to Elia's long locks of hair and hold it up. Kind of conspicuous.
Hey!
Yeah. Have Theo use disguise self, put a hat disguise on Averin, and then just make her look, really just dress her down.
We'll put them in traveling clothes today instead of finery.
Yeah.
Well, I
Probably
suppose
more-
it'll be a bit of a different. I've always wanted to try dressing up like that.
Probably going to be
I'll
a
go
lot
tell
more
Theo.
comfortable.
Commoner cosplay.
Commoner cosplay! Yeah! Cosplay day!
I'm dressed as a poor person.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh, it's so novel!
Oh, I love it.
Today's theme is the poverty line.
Jesus.
That's my theme every day.
The party's still not above the poverty line.
Mm.
Put that
Well,
on
at
there.
least
right.
this one started at wealth by level.
Actually,
I'm just saying there are many adventurers that are richer than most kingdoms. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Except Seekers of Eternity, they were never
Except
paid.
except the
they'll
wall.
never be rich.
Yeah.
Oof.
They'll never be above the poverty line.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, you
though.
were paid in the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, we were.
I mean,
we
it
did
was
end up
almost
getting paid
like-
with genocide.
It's almost like the DM kept not giving us money.
Cries.
just putting it off until finally we got it ourselves. The gold door. We
The
took
gold
everything
door.
that wasn't nailed down, literally.
Literally,
I
baby.
still love and hate that like 30-minute moment to do the mathematics to take off the fucking gold door
Oh
I
my
made just this
God.
flop.
It was so good.
Ah,
Right.
I love you.
Let's play.
We love you too,
Nice
Gabby.
job.
Right. So, you guys make your preparations. You prepare to leave. Elliot goes and tells Theo, and Averin vibrates.
Through the wall.
He
Literally.
goes and he
Jackhammer's downstairs.
TCL. He pulls a John Dark Soul.
yeah, he sticks a cloak on and he gets his sword and he's ready to go.
Sweet baby.
Elia dresses down, no longer wearing a dress, but is wearing like just simple just like simple like a gear
Tunic
designed
and
for
breeches.
travel. Yeah, a little tunic and breeches, a little shirt,
Boots.
it's fine. Yeah,
And then Theo has like a little cape.
Theo has his little cape. Right.
Everyone is just like gushing about.
So, how many guards are you taking with you?
Well, everybody here still needs some people too. So I don't know,
maybe 3, because we're
Yeah,
kind of
3.
guards on our own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. So
3 nobles,
Sure.
3 guards.
And 3 extra sets of eyes sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, I would say with us might be more than enough. But...
Guard that got stuck to the wall last night.
what got
The
stuck
guard
to
that
the
got
wall?
stuck
Oh,
to
yeah.
the wall.
Oh,
which
yeah.
one was that? I
Yeah.
think it was guardsman number 10. Let me see.
I love him. Please, he's my
They
best
don't even
friend.
they don't even have names.
I haven't named them yet. If you
And-
ask, I'll think of
No,
something.
no.
His
You
first
name
know
them
name
what?
after the
is Car,
numbers,
His last
not-
name is Man.
Not Tensington.
Kensington.
Yeah.
I love him. He's my
Put
best
little,
friend.
put little numerical puns in them all.
Just Articuno, Sabdos, Moltres, Quattro.
All right. I present to you Tensington.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Take a
Tensington.
Chad.
Not to
Giga
mix with
Chad.
Tusington.
Yes.
Kensington is so cool.
It's a good
Right.
name. I like it.
Mhm.
All right. So I put all of the people who are going with you down in the stable on floor 1. Is anyone else going with you?
I imagine it's the 3 guards mainly. I don't think
Okay.
unless Heka, we might need to ask Heka who exactly we're going after. But
Okay.
I don't know if she necessarily wants to go with us otherwise.
Heka,
3, 4, 5, 6.
if you ask her, she will tell you that she is going to remain here and continue her research, seeing if she could find any more answers based on what she knows about bloodlines and such.
Okay. And who exactly are we looking for, or is it more like I don't know? I've just heard rumors.
You do know it is someone there. It is a prisoner in the capital.
That
They
narrows
are
it
a
down.
They are a northerner, and there aren't many northern prisoners. And this one is apparently some sort of sage, so that narrows it down.
That does narrow it down.
If I go speak to the head maiden, I might be able to get info from her, and she might be able to grant me an audience. So
Yeah, I'll go with you for that.
Okay.
okay.
For sure.
And the other major thing we're doing is gathering more items for the feast we'll have to throw for the Duke when he does arrive.
Mhm.
That's the other big thing to do today.
And then get me a ring of sustenance.
That too, because let me tell you, when you're a maid, having a ring of sustenance is like
Don't
a
need to eat, barely need to
necessity.
sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I get so much poison. I mean, work done. Work done. Work done.
I mean, it'll come in handy too. Like I can, like with that in mind, I ain't got to worry about shit with spells. I'll just do a little extra work before bed to make the house in tip-top shape for the Duke.
There
or
you
the
go.
visitor.
Work done.
All right. In that case, you guys saddle up, and you make your way towards the castle.
All right, who's riding with me?
If I do,
Probably
we'd
not.
probably kill the horse.
I was gonna say probably not me. Probably not me nor Florentina.
One of the small ones. So Theo, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Theo,
just gonna lift up Theo and put him behind you, Maiden.
Averin will.
I'll take Elia if no one has.
Averin will
Unless
attempt
she's
to
otherwise
use
riding on
his
her
own
own.
horse.
Yeah.
Elia, she technically is old enough to ride, but she's, not supposed to be straining herself, so she will also
That's
ride
true.
with someone.
Okay. I'll gladly take her.
Okay.
Make sure she's well positioned on the saddle.
Gonna look at Abern now. Prince, are you sure you want to ride on your own?
I can definitely do it.
I'm gonna attempt a ride check right now.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's only
Let me-
DC 5. I mean,
Yeah. But I feel
But-
like it should just for posterity.
just in case. You never know.
Swashbucklers are proficient in
Yeah.
ride. He does, yeah, okay, so
Drop a
yeah, string right.
single.
Is he having any issues or?
He better not.
We will find out just now. He's fine.
Hey,
Right,
there it is.
Right. He's got the basics.
He's
He's
taken
got
his
the
riding
basics.
class as well.
He took his riding classes.
Yeah.
He's good.
And
Okay.
then the guards are each on their own, and we're off.
And you're off. Okay, making your way towards the capital.
Literally making our way downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Riding fast.
So you now just look like a contingent escorting some nobles.
Well, of course.
The noblest Tensington.
The nobles.
I will be on high alert mode.
I'm sure we all are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
The city, as you make it into it, with little fuss, as I'm sure even if the guards do not recognize you, one quick, look at you, Leona, they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make it in, and the city is rather the same as it was last time. You see the hustle and bustle of people, the markets filled with
Never
people.
changes.
And generally there is a lot of murmur and disarray, but is no trouble, as you are this time able to get through with your horses.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So, I guess it's going to be Leona and Florentina going to talk to the head maiden to ask her about this possible prisoner and whether we can gain an audience, and the rest of you are staying with the nobles and doing the shopping?
Yes.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
I guess.
I might,
It's up to you. I'm not, if you have another idea, go ahead and throw it out.
if anyone wants to come along with us, it's possible. But
Yeah,
those
of course.
to go shopping, I'd probably give my 2,500 to probably Rena, since he's most familiar with the.
Yeah, I typically
ring.
am the one that goes
I
shopping. so...
I would like to go to do the prisoner thing, but I think Flamme would be much more adamant on watching over the.
Yeah,
the
usually I
princess.
go shopping, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna.
And
Alright.
Well, I have
probably,
great poisons for torture. I mean, what? Nothing.
and probably also gonna try while looking around, making conversation with them to keep them on high spirits.
Okay. You notice that Elia and Averin are in high spirits, but Theo is just being his normal, quiet self. as per usual. No
I
real
give him head
change.
pats. He's a good baby.
He
I'm
does.
gonna like ask him. Oh, Theo, I have been curious. You do those puzzles with Rena, right?
He nods.
Do you think I can try solving one of your puzzles as well? So just to try like keep him entertained as well.
He looks up and his face softens and
Give
he
her
nods.
a really difficult one.
Now, I did have one written down somewhere, but I'm trying to find it, so I will give it to you when I find it.
Sure.
You mean when he finishes writing it down, right?
Exactly.
Yes, basically. Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, I'll move you to this map. And we'll do the quick talk with your boss first, Florentina and Leona, as you make your way towards the Citadel, which I found new art for,
Ooh.
because I thought it was really
Ooh.
cool.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Look at the size of
Look
it.
at that. Oh, shit. The big city, baby.
Gives me FF15 vibes a little.
It does.
Look at this, Averin. All the light
Luna-
touches is your kingdom.
When you meet Luna Freya, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And what about that shadow area? That's also yours.
Did you not hear what I just fucking said, Simba?
It's amazing.
But what about the moisture on the window? That is also called condensation. Condensation.
Condensation.
Thin.
Jesus Christ.
It's truly a massive castle, though. It must be one of the
Yeah.
biggest in the world.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't call it the big city otherwise.
Is it
Yeah.
the big fort or the big castle?
The big
It's
citadel.
It's called the Big Citadel. If you can think of
Citadel.
a good name for it, I will take it into consideration, but otherwise.
I mean,
So?
to be fair, another thought too. It's the biggest castle, probably also one of the oldest kingdoms on this continent. So
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say, until canonically proven otherwise, the Big City Citadel is known to be the biggest castle in the world. I'll wait for another GM to prove me wrong.
Hell yeah. Love it.
I'm gonna make an even
It's
bigger
also
castle
called
in the Underdark.
It's also called Citadel.
The
Citadel.
Of course. Alright.
Someday we'll adventure into Nakayama and find that a castle takes up half of the fucking continent.
Jesus
What are you
Christ.
talking about?
Anyway,
Would never.
the Big City Deli.
Okay,
I hate
I'll
that.
let I will defer to that.
They got a lot of mixed mail.
Yeah, they must do.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yeah, the mail
So-
system in Place Your Room must be a fucking nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Oh god. That's a campaign in and of itself, man.
Yeah.
Next
Alright.
one
Being-
shot.
Oh my god.
Oh,
All of my
man.
one-shots are just gonna be you doing general, like, normal jobs.
And place you're from.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
While everything's
So-
exploding around you,
Yeah.
taken in one
So-
shot.
Yeah. So, you guys make your way into the Citadel. Once again, you're able to just give your names, and the guards let you through. So do the maids. And it doesn't take you long to find Lindaya in her office, as you spoke to her last time. Oh. What are you two doing here?
Fix that dress.
Apologies for the intrusion, mistress. Gives her a curtsy.
Also curfews.
If you had a few moments, we request a short audience.
An audience? With who? I'm afraid the Regency Council is currently debating. I would ask that you do not disturb them.
with you, mistress. We had a few questions. I can explain more.
Proceed.
You know of Heka, yes?
Isn't it that strange Tengu, I think they're called? That is part of the Cullen Association? The one that was assigned to Elia.
Yes, mistress.
What about her?
She is continuing to do her work into Elia's condition and believes that there might be a prisoner from a northern sage who is being kept prisoner here in the city that could aid in her research. She asked if there was a chance that we might be able to speak with said prisoner, but I have very little information on this person beyond that. I thought perhaps you might be the best to ask as to whether or not you would know anything further.
She taps her very large claw against the table. Yes, I do remember. Prisoner 143. They are a northern prisoner we took that seems to be possessed of some strange magical ability. They were sent back here by the forces of Gontakill a few years ago, and they have been proving somewhat cooperative in giving us information about the North, especially back here in the capital. The Cullen Association took a great interest in them.
This may well explain why Heka knew of him.
Indeed. And now you wish to speak with them.
If that would be a possibility, mistress. Yes. If there is any information this person might have that could aid in dealing with Elia's condition, I think it behooves us to, for her sake, to figure it out.
We will do anything for her.
Her eyes go between the two of you, judging. Well, I take no major issue with it. If this is what you believe to be right, Elia is your charge, and therefore your responsibility. I will give you permission to do this. However, and I cannot stress this enough, and her eyes seem to narrow, I hope you know what you are doing.
Nope, never do.
Of course, mistress. Always.
Very well then.
My standard stoic gaze in return.
Spoiler alert, we have no idea what we're doing.
No, how dare you lie like that?
If there is
lying
one
through
thing
your
that I've
fucking
learned about
teeth.
being, if there's one thing I know about being a leader, you always act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't.
Oh
That's
Yeah.
until you make it.
You lie
That's
through
how you
your-
get it done.
Until you make it.
You lie through your fucking teeth.
Yep.
There it is. All right.
Florentina does not meet Lindaya's gaze, but certainly gives a bow of just true gratefulness. Like, you know, kind of like a absolutely not worthy for this kindness type of thing.
Sure.
Well, to be
She-
fair as well, honestly, Leona is pretty sure of what she's doing, so, you know.
Very well.
Let the boss
That
do
case-
it for me.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you guys are able to proceed forward. She gives you a
signed note of written permission to enter the dungeon and do as you will with this prisoner.
Okay.
Okay, good.
With
All
a
right.
with a curtsy and a thank you and a farewell, we will make our way down to the dungeon.
And
Very
then
good.
we will cut very quickly back to what is going on in the town, in the city.
Yeah.
What is going on
The-
with you guys?
The three princes run away.
Oh no.
I hope not.
The two princes are gone. Elia
No,
is
no,
currently
no.
shaking hands with a
No,
elemental dragon.
no. We would never allow this.
I know. I
Uh.
know. Right. You guys.
And
some
soon to
different-
die.
So, proceed. Actually, this music is a bit too sad for what I'm gonna do. Hang on. There we go. I need to find some more casual maidly work tracks, I think.
I got you, homie.
Thank you. Send me all of them!
It the market theme from Ocarina of Time.
Oh my god, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking
exactly.
also Traverse Town
That could
would
work.
be a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
God,
Okay,
I remember
so-
listening to that on loop for fucking ages.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. No. It wasn't you. It's not you.
No, it
when I was
it
playing
wasn't.
Kingdom Hearts. When I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2, when I
Oh.
was like, fucking, how old was I? Like 12, 13?
One of only 2 games I had on the PlayStation that we had in our car. We had a
Yeah.
PlayStation and little things in our car, and the only 2 games we had were Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy Tactics. So,
Oh god. Right.
Good choices.
So, you guys are in the city. You are making sure to keep away from the general bustle, I imagine, of all the, the panicked running about of a market that is on the verge of crashing.
Yeah.
Yes.
how are we supposed to get the salt for our bread?
Exactly.
Don't
You
worry,
are
we
staying
already
away
have
from the
tons.
food market.
Have you met Leona? We already have tons of salt. Huh?
We're letting.
Wow!
We're gonna let. We're gonna let.
Wow!
Oh my
Okay.
god. Oh my
Those
god.
are fighting words.
Oh,
Oh,
baby. We're
No?
letting
I don't know what you're
Rena
talking
handle
about.
the the food situation
Now you're
because
just making toast.
because
So- Go on.
he's very Rena's very versed in the food markets and also he's a fucking ninja.
Yeah, I'm very
the-
flexible, very
He's
fast.
very flexible.
I can dive in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're staying well away from that salt.
Yeah.
We don't need that in the
Yeah.
children's lives.
Yeah.
So, you guys.
They get enough at McRoswald sodium in their diet.
Exactly. So you guys are proceeding down the more higher end markets, if you will, for more expensive, more unique goods, such as magic items and such. And that is
Yes, I
where
need to grab
everything
that
is
ring.
remaining relatively stable. No trade
Which I do
embargoes on
have.
those. Yeah. You see as Elia walks by different shop windows, staring into them with curiosity at different magic items, making sure she doesn't get too close, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to touch those. Someone make sure she does not touch those.
I will make sure. Don't worry.
Fine. Well, could you also make sure that Averin doesn't leave a face imprint on that glass?
And she points over to the other side of the street,
But he's
where
already.
Averin has got his face pressed up against one magic weapon store.
Keeps fogging up the window.
I'll make my way over and just, pick him up. Don't worry, Averin, I can make you one.
But that sword says it killed 49 dragons.
It's it's a sales pitch. I'm sure you could kill 70 dragons with something I make.
Make your
Really?
own legacy.
Could you also like make it shoot lasers and make it able to throw meteors?
What kind of books have you guys been reading?
I'm sure I could
Only
figure
the
something
finest.
out.
Right.
After all, Flamme is actually a pretty decent spellcaster, so she could help me out.
Ooh.
Oh my. That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then...
Meanwhile, Flamme, you feel a little tug on the bottom of your dress as Theo gets your attention.
I'm gonna like crouch down to get an eye level. Yes?
He offers you a little piece of paper with some writing on it.
Okay, let's see.
I will put it in chat for you.
I will not answer it for you,
Hey.
no matter how much
I
I
will
want
probably not gonna be able to answer. Breathe air, swallow light, drink water, and have tea of stone. Men get lost in my cave in mob, yet are always.
I think I might know what it is.
to. Mm-hmm.
Breathe air, swallow light.
I know what it is.
Is it a mine shaft?
Averin waves his hands, signaling no, but motions like a sort of a turning motion, saying keep going. Not Averin, sorry, Theo.
Theo can probably see as like
No.
Flam's hair is kind of like burning a bit more intensely because she's trying to think harder.
Big thonk.
Yeah, just like small like question marks like coming from in the flames.
There you go. I got it. Thonk.
Yes.
Big question mark.
Breathe air and swallow light. Okay, so teeth of stone.
Elia begins reading over your shoulder.
The deepest depths.
Are you sure it's over the
and
shoulder
gaping
or under
maw.
the shoulder?
Around your arm.
Yeah, it is.
So like gaping mouth makes me think it's a cave, and then and so is deepest depths. Teeth of stone. That's like a stalagmite or stalactite, and drink water. That first sentence of breathe air, swallow light, and drink water is what. I am being bested by a child.
It's all good. Are you saying this aloud?
And like,
I love the idea that she actually does just straight up say, I've been bested by a child.
Yeah, it's probably like just murmuring it and probably in Ignan, just like defaulting to
I don't think Theo speaks Ignan.
yeah, to her local language.
It'd be nice if we did.
I believe I might be too hard-headed for solving this one.
Theo writes a little note to you. shows it to you, and it says, "You were so close. It was a cave.
It's
Yeah.
a cave.
Yeah.
It was.
It's a
It
cave.
was a cave.
It
You were
was.
so close.
You know
That's why I
what?
said you were close.
You know what? It makes sense. Flamme, you're a blacksmith, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Makes sense. You get ore from a mine shaft.
Yeah.
You
It'd
do.
be your first thought.
Your first thought.
yeah.
Technically a cave. It was
Technically,
very,
Hannah
very
just leans
close.
over
Yep.
to Theo. I
If
figured that. Come on, it's close enough.
He
if
he shrugs. Like, it's like, yeah, okay.
Too specific.
What's a
It's-
mine shaft if not a cave?
It's a man-made mine shaft. Man-made cave.
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Due to the depths with good things in them.
Well, the biggest one there, Ebony, is that, usually I think when you approach a cave, usually you can feel like a draft or a breeze or something like that. Usually it gives it that appearance of breathing, swallow light, because it's just dark. No matter how deep you get, it'll
Yeah.
always get dark.
Mhm.
Drink water, it's a cave. Like, if it rains, the water flows down into it. So,
You got the stalactites
Yeah,
and mites
you got
thing
it.
for the tea.
You got it. You got it really close. That's kind of why I wasn't gonna. I was thinking maybe not mine shaft, but you know what? I will say, Theo's a nice kid. He'll let you have that.
You get
Kinda
one
like-
point.
I'm gonna like take the puzzle, like fold it nicely and just tuck it on my dress.
Okay.
I will try to learn a few more riddles eventually.
Theo will nod.
I have a bad
and-
feeling you're going to
I
be
have a
coming to my room late at night to ask me for
Yes.
help learning how to do riddles.
I have a bad feeling that we're never going to be able to learn how to do more riddles.
oh no.
I have a
Don't
bad
say
feeling
that.
that was foreshadowing.
There you
Don't say that. Don't do that. You make it real.
Anyway,
If anything happens to this kid, I will kill all of the maidens and then
don't
myself.
worry. Don't
No,
worry.
you won't.
I said nothing about something happening to the kid. Anyway.
God, something's happening to me.
The fucking Endeavor face.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Well, Theo gives you a little smile, and that is when you hear a voice call out across the street. Roasted chestnuts! Come get your roasted chestnuts!
It is late
And-
And
fall.
was the fire.
Elia looks over and is like, "Oh, roasted chestnuts! Can we?
Were these roasted with magic?
Probably not.
Detect magic.
You don't know until you
I'll-
go and find out.
I'll do a quick head count. Let's see. How many do we have here currently? Is it 9 or is it 8 with Rena off doing his thing?
Are you off doing your thing, Rena?
I think I've come back by now.
Oh, okay.
He
In that case-
he never let us know when he disappeared. And
Yeah.
it's
You
like-
didn't notice.
I imagine while you were doing the big thunk, I came back.
Yeah.
Because it took you.
Yeah,
A
it's
long
like
time.
it's like probably like Flamme just like sat down like for like 10 minutes. Just
Well,
I come back, arms full of stuff.
in that case, I will make my way up to the stand and I'll say 9 roasted chestnuts, please.
A maid!
make it 10.
Make sure they're not magically roasted.
You see a little cart with it's a pretty interesting setup. You've got this this mobile cart this guy has that he's dragging around, and inbuilt into the cart is like this little sort of like metal wood burner, like stove.
It's like a food truck.
Yeah, and he's got a little food truck.
Hell yeah. A food cart.
Hot dog stand. Not a chestnut stand instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
He's got a food
Oh.
wagon.
I didn't think I'd be selling to a maid today. Oh my god. I mean,
Big fan.
yeah, I guess I'm selling to some real nobility here, huh?
You could say that.
Really? Well, hey, a customer's a customer, you know?
Hmm?
Feel free to take as much as you like. It was 10, yeah?
10.
Right. Oh, crap! I forgot to do my intro. My name's D. This is my shopping cart.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, my fucking God.
I don't get it. These chestnuts?
Oh.
Do you like the name of my little storefront here? I thought of it up myself.
It's brilliant. I love it.
This
You're
is
gonna
place
get
you're from. We're
sued like
talking.
you're,
Mr. Beast did
You
in
got
Florida.
quite. It's like.
Oof.
Sounds like you've
Topical.
got quite the little setup here. Has business been good today?
Oh, well, you know how it is. People are, kind of not in the best mood for, getting a snack while they're doing their shopping, which is, kind of stressful right now.
Right.
That's why I turned up here. Thought I'd, try my hand with, the more aristocratic people shopping up in the magical sector, you know?
Well, fair enough. Fair enough. So,
Yeah.
how much would that be here?
Well, I've been selling them at less because they're, unsalted. I could say, if we do a silver each.
Silver each will be. Well, a single gold piece would cover that whole thing. So
Oh,
we'll just.
well,
There you are.
thank you very much. I'll add it to my, collection of gold pieces. Don't see many of those.
Mm-hmm. Don't spend it all in
Alright.
one place.
Ah, Mrs. won't let me.
Fair
Anyway,
enough,
he scoops up 10 and pops it in a little bag for you and hands them to you. Please enjoy.
Thank you very much. You said your name was D, right?
Yeah, Big D. I want you to know, the only reason I'm doing this is because Luna explicitly asked me to.
Do we have? Do you
So-
have like a person who sells like
Oh.
sports balls and his name is like Ligma or Sagma?
There's a farmer's shop that sells pharmaceuticals. And suits made of ice.
What?
Uh,
It's made of ice.
Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals.
It's place you're from. Expect everything to be a pun.
Nice.
Mhm. So,
I love this game, Solar.
it's so good.
You're welcome.
It's so
Alright.
good.
With that,
Elaborate.
let's cut back to the
As the
the-
group
the
enjoys
other
their
mates who
enjoys D's unsalted nuts.
yeah,
Let's
these
see the other
unsalted
group.
nuts. We can't afford salt here.
Yeah, we can't. Sadly, it's a damn shame.
Right.
On that
So-
note, would we be able to take a quick pee break? That's all.
Oh
right.
yes, I'm
No,
sorry.
only a
I
long
entirely
one.
forgot.
All good. All good.
Go take a pee break.
When it's a good game, you forget all about bodily functions for a little while.
Is there like a public bathhouse that is called pee break?
There is now.
There is
Oh,
now.
dear.
Yep. All
Be
right.
break. Be back.
All right. Be break time.
Alright, be break.
Be back in a bit. And we're back. Woo!
Anyway,
And we're back.
Oh, ominous words from the DM there behind the scenes.
hey,
We'll see
Ominous?
with it.
I don't think they're ominous. I think they're quite friendly. I'm a
I'm
nice
nervous.
GM, right?
tastes like butter pecan.
Anyway, so Leona and Florentina, you are in the capital, and even more so, you are in the prison.
In the dungeons below the
The
castle.
Dungeon.
Hey, this is the same dungeon that was over in Kyonin, in Vera. I remember this image.
Oh, really? Oh my god.
I remember this. I swear to God, I remember this image.
Same architect. Same architect.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fine.
I believe it.
Fair enough. It could, there's enough long enough lived races. It actually could have been.
Mhm.
Anyway, so you are, with your little slip of information, you're able to work your way through the castle. You're obviously stopped when you get to the dungeon, but you are able to just flash that note, and everybody recognizes the signature, the clawed signature of the head maid, and everybody immediately stands aside.
She can't try it anymore.
So, I assume you're going to try and find this prisoner you are looking for?
Prisoner 143.
143. Well, you have a guard lead you through the prison that is quite large in size, as it is one of the main prisons of the city, where better to put the more important prisoners than
An extensive dungeon.
the Citadel. Yeah, it's an extensive dungeon, but one you're not here to loot.
An actual dungeon, not
An actual dungeon for actual prisoners.
Yeah,
In
a
an
dungeon, not
actual-
a dungeon, not a fungeon.
Not a fungeon. Exactly.
Oh,
So,
but I want a function.
you are led to one cell and are gestured forward. The guard informs you that you should be careful what you say to this one. They know dark magics. With
I
that, he
see.
leaves you to it. Rather briskly, you might add. And you look forward to see, in this dark cell, a cloaked figure sits, drawing the... It's not really a cloak as much as it is just a large, like, blanket, which is like something they've just pulled over themselves, trying to stay warm.
I will look at Florentina for a moment, see what she thinks. You and I will be in a collective since you and I are still together. So
Yes. Gonna roll a perception. If they're like doing anything, if there's anything about their mannerisms in their sitting position or whatnot, anything out of the ordinary.
Okay?
Anything they might be muttering, who knows?
Yeah.
$28 tell me anything?
With that, you can see that they are just sitting quite still, meditating. But as you step closer to the cell, they do look up.
is this one with a door or is this one with bars?
This is one with bars.
Okay, so we may not necessarily have to open a door to get close to him. So I was just curious.
You are not one of the usual guards. Are you, perhaps, my executioners? If so, I would ask that, I don't suppose you would allow someone like me to die with a sword or a bow in my hands. I still have respect for the old ways.
There is no plan for an execution today. We are here to ask you a few questions on behalf of someone. That you may perhaps be able to aid us in an endeavor of ours.
More info for the Crow people. Is that what this is? You strange, frilled warriors. Do you wish to learn more of my homeland?
They must come.
What will you do
Sorry.
with that information, I wonder? You kind of sense the distrustfulness in that.
Understandable.
When she says that, you'll hear in the collective, Leona,
Mhm.
permit me to say something. And I'm sorry. Or no, permit me to say something, and I hope you can forgive me.
Granted.
She then steps forward and says, she steels herself, steps forward, and then speaks in Giant. This one does know of your homeland.
I do not understand, for I do not speak Giant. So.
We don't speak that ghastly, savage language.
That one, at that moment, the...
To die, then, and further, if it... Sorry, she will have some more to say, but if there's a reaction first.
More, they don't say anything as much as they just look up, as if caught off guard by that.
She'll then say, to die, continuing in Giant, to fall with blade or bow in hand. Such is the way of Helfa Afornath. Helfa Afornath.
Bro.
Ah, I see. Forgive me, I was expecting a fellow speaker of my tongue. And
Is
you
he also
speak it
speaking
most
back in
fluently.
Giant? I'm just
Yes,
curious
he
as to
is
whether.
now.
Okay, I was curious as to whether or not I understood it, so I do not. So I am
Mhm.
just sitting here quizzically.
And that name you mentioned, I am familiar with it. A location in the north. What do you know of that?
My birthplace.
Oh, shit.
And she is not... She's doing everything she can to not look at Leona, but in our collective, she will be translating this conversation. But when she says my birthplace, you can tell that there was a bit of hesitation to say that part.
Some
Wow.
wide eyes, but that's about all you'll get for now.
Mm-hmm. She's not looking at you, though.
Fair.
This is most interesting. You do not seem to be lying. Well, in that case, I will afford you the same respect. The respect a member of my homeland deserves. And with that, they stand up, and the little blanket falls from them, revealing their body, and you realize how much they tower over you.
Even me.
I am Enam, of the Jiwawa clan. And it is an honor to meet you.
Not even human. Okay, damn. Probably didn't notice that under the blanket, I guess. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know nothing. Nothing known. Nothing I would never know.
I may take a
This-
slow step back myself, but that's about all that'll happen. More
This-
just kind of like I wasn't expecting you to be so damn tall, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this half human, half stag, it seems like, stands up and stares down at you. So, to what do I owe the honor of someone from my homeland, yet not standing on this side of the cell?
And then just to recollect ourselves in the collective, she'll inquire about one of them may know something of a curative thing for this. Or I think you. I'm trying to think if I'm trying to remember things since it's been 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Go on.
was this basically they may know of like some sort of curative antidote for what ails the princess. Was that correct?
The original reasoning was, we know that Elia's ailment is a bloodline. Bloodlines usually come from your ancestry. If you could determine what part of Elia's ancestry, that would help you narrow down what it is, and therefore how to potentially use it, how to learn what it does, and how to stop it from harming her.
Mm-hmm.
And
this
Heka
person
thought that
would
this.
need to have
Right.
some connection to being able to understand the past
Right.
and
It was-
ancestral things. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which, of course, knowing if you are from the north, you probably understand the religions more and know that they are far more ancestors worship, basically.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
Okay. Continuing
probably
to
know that for sure.
continuing to translate between the two of us, between in the collective translation. She will continue. Someone dear to us has been suffering underneath the fell moon that has appeared in the sky. Had an adverse reaction. We believe it has something to do with their bloodline, but we cannot. There's not much we have been able to discover of what this bloodline could be. If we can discover a means to ascertain what it is and how we may cure their affliction to aversions they have towards the arcane, then we will do what we must. We seek knowledge of how we may make such a discovery.
I see. It has been some time since I freely traveled your land in the south here. I do not see why you would come to me. Your clan is large. Hundreds of thousands of people work beneath its banner. Yet you come to me, a prisoner of war. Why not find one of your own sages? Surely they are also versed in magic that can help her.
Be that as it may, even though time has passed, I still respect the wisdom that hails from the north. Let me look something up real quick, because I actually did have something else to tack on here, Solar.
Go
If you
on.
bear with me just a moment. Beneath Eris doth flowers of wisdom blossom. Words I learned as a girl.
I see. So you are one to worship the Lady Eris.
Among others.
I see. It is true that the Lady of Winter is wise. However, why would you trust someone like me? You who, though you are obviously northern in some capacity, you wear different colors now. Even if you respect the knowledge, surely you have your reasons for being on the other side of this cell.
I do. The ones who I hope to protect with what knowledge we may glean. May this gleaning be a glimmer, a spark, that they, and were I even worthy myself, to shine as a beacon that peace may be yet attainable. Perhaps the one I deign to save, that we deign to save, may be the spark that ignites such a flame.
Very, very bold words from someone who has taken their side in a war that has lasted many years now. Well, out of... It has been some time since I have followed the ways of the spirits, but it is true that I could offer you their knowledge. But tell me, you wish to ask this of me, but what do you offer in return? I do not know this person who you cherish. I do not see why it should matter to me.
And this is being translated to you, Leona, of course. So if you would like to weigh in on anything at this point, this is... Florentina is not the boss here, so she's not about to make any kind of offer.
Forgive the intrusion on your conversation here. It may well be worth to note, holding no secrets, that I have been able to understand your conversation, to some degree.
He nods.
My name is Leona. Her name, so far as I am aware, is Florentina.
Ooh,
Might I ask yours?
stings, but nods.
My name, speaking in common now, is Inam, of the clan of Jijiwa.
Right, he did
Must
actually introduce
apologize.
himself earlier. I'm sorry. I forgot that he had
you-
introduced himself.
You are fine. I must apologize. My Southland language is not the best. But I can understand you. You notice, as he says this, you can tell that his accent is very thick and strained,
Mm-hmm.
as it is obviously not his first language, and he has not had much chance to learn.
I actually imagine that
I
it's
wouldn't know about
because
that.
I imagine it's because Giant is actually very slowly spoken. So when you hear Giant speak Common, it's not because they're stupid; it's because their actual language is slower.
Mhm.
So that's why
Yeah.
they speak slowly.
They have bigger tongues, so they have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
enunciate.
Well, I understand that at this point there is perhaps a bit of an impasse. In that, what can we do for you in exchange for you helping us? Beyond the obvious, as Florentina had stated, that the one we wish to help could very well be the spark that would aid towards peace between two peoples. What would you want in offer for your assistance? Might be a good place to start.
Well, for one, my freedom wouldn't be such a bad thing. It has been a while since I have seen my homeland, and how I yearn for the many fjords and frosts. I would like to return home, free from your shackles. Do that for me, and I would be willing to consider this.
Her eyes are going to narrow for a second, more like she's looking down at the ground, kind of narrowing her eyes, thinking for a second. I see no harm in telling you this. The one we are seeking to save is the one who would come to rule these lands. If we were to help her with her ailment, that she might ascend the throne, she would have the power to set you free. Should you help her, I will be sure to tell her who it is that aided her and who needs to be returned home. That is the offer that I could make you.
Should, and would, and could. These are all great offers that you are not offering.
Ooh.
Offers contingent upon your cooperation, of course. Yes. This is how a trade works.
But you say that this girl, great though she may be, you sound like you are not confident she will become the next, warlord, king, jarl. I do not know the term you use.
In our lands, she would be called a queen.
Ah. Queen, then. You sound unconfident.
Her ailment is what prevents her from taking the throne. That is where the lack of confidence lies, not in my words or in my deal. Ones that I make are always on a bedrock of steel. I follow the ways of the good god Zealous. If you know anything of him, then you know that the words of one who follows a god like that are not broken.
I am unfamiliar with your southern gods, but I will have to take your word for it.
Do I know of any kind of... Since the cat's out of the bag now, would I know of any sort of spiritual sort of reparations that the North might value?
What knowledges do you have again?
History, martial nobility.
Try me history.
Okay. 33.
Jesus.
Jesus Cristo.
Picho hueto.
Let me think. So you're asking, like, what kind of spiritual... What do you mean by spiritual?
Like, something beyond physical value that... something kind of beyond physical value that someone from the northern lands might show value towards. Because because we're talking about, like... We're talking about, there was some talk about Zealous here. Like, you know, the word of the contract, the word of the deal. But, something that kind of goes beyond that observational philosophy.
Some other.
That's a really deep-rooted. That's a really deep-diving, rooted question.
Are you
Yeah.
almost asking in the sense of something else that would get, rather than just my word, something else that would guarantee? Is that what
Your
you're kind of
faith.
aiming at?
Your faith. Will you convert to the Northern Pantheon?
Oh,
Oh,
that would
be
be
an
a rough
interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the only... with that history check, I will give you that, generally, you can guess by his race and the way in which he speaks about spirits that this Enam is from a shaman tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Those tribes usually place more value in the spirits than the gods, and usually are more earthly in their ways, in their ties to the earth, in their ties to blood, or the skies, or the stars, or the seas, or the snows.
Mm-hmm.
As for something that you could offer him, maybe some form of,
Maybe a physical token to tie the words to would be something that would help.
I was just about to say, actually, you know that, these kinds of tribes do place a lot of emphasis on the offering of one's blood.
And yet, an offering that's what, and yet, if were I to do that, that could be a sure in for them to start blasty casty all over the place.
Perhaps. Do you know how their magic works?
No.
There you go.
Fucking
Magic is-
no.
Everybody would be at the very least understanding that dark magic, at least as we know it in the East, usually involves blood, necromancy and such. So
Mm-hmm.
May not
So,
necessarily be true for them, but the general, we understand dark magic to involve blood, which is probably why we say dark magic. You
Mhm.
know, just
So she'll probably say in the collective then well, outside of some sort of blood offering, I don't think that much else would be something this one might seek.
through the collective then? Okay.
Yes, that's through the collective.
So is everything that Solar just told me, did you just sort of relay that to me to some degree?
Yeah, I think that while you were talking, I imagine like I was sizing him up a little bit, giving it and then just sort of relaying. This one is certainly of a shot. This one certainly hails from a tribe of shamans, valuing spirits and the earth more so than revering gods, etc., etc.
Okay. So what was the last thing that Enum here said? It was,
I believe they were just saying, you can, yeah, basically saying you can promise all you like that, you're basically saying that, you won't free him unless unless Elia ascends to the throne, of which you can't promise. He's basically saying, I can't take you at your word that you're doing anything, that this is gonna happen. You seem very unsure of yourself.
I'm trying to think now, like, because I told them that I would want to be the bridge of this gap, just because of where I'm from. Here now, if I can just contribute this tiny little bit that may bring her to be queen to resolve all this. I wish I had a way to kind of be like, if I can't, then I'll do XYZ to myself. I don't.
Okay.
I might have something to say, so,
Go right ahead.
So she's gonna take a quick kind of look around the cell, then back at him. You spoke earlier that perhaps your executioners would be coming down. As I see it, we're your best chance out.
That you may be, but you misunderstand. I do not fear my own death. It is an honor to go back to my ancestors, to be with them among the spirits, their spirits. I do want to escape this cell, do not get me wrong, but I have come to terms with my death long before you showed up.
So,
That was to the collective, and I was typing it as he was saying it.
okay. But yeah, just to be clear on what I was making the point of earlier, not Leona's, Florentina, is that the whole thing about offering one's blood, do mean that quite literally. Because, giving your blood to a shaman is
Everybody, even non-magic users, know
Don't do
dark
that.
magic. Well, yeah, blood magic's not only used for as things for necromancy, but also I can find you anywhere in the world if I have some of your hair or some of your blood or some of your
She knows
skin.
that. She doesn't know shit
so-
about magic, but she can make her own assumptions.
That's one of those, most people just have the very baseline, how do I protect myself? Don't go handing stuff off to a witch,
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
So then, it's not only your freedom, then, that you would want. Because obviously, then, that would be a fair trade. Or at least you don't consider it to be.
I am simply concerned that you cannot offer what you are promising. You cannot promise what you are offering, sorry. If you can give me some assurance that my freedom is assured, then I will agree to your ask for help.
And what assurances beyond my word do you require?
Tell me. You say that this girl, she will ascend to the throne if she is not sick. What will happen if she cannot be cured? What will happen if she cannot ascend to the throne? What will happen to me? I have still held up my part of the bargain. Will you still free me?
She is not the only one in consideration for the throne, and the others that are in consideration are also charges under us. Were we to ask them, they also would free you.
And by what way might I take you at your word? Well, I do not know about you. You are from the south. I do not know your ways, your gods, or your people. I do not know what is important to you, or how you prove something. You, on the other hand, she looks to you, Florentina.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you would understand that the northern ways, do you still remember them?
Is it Avon or Avon? The name of the
Avon.
god. Neath Avon's flock did we fly, and yet we hunters and huntresses, we keep to our word when we know what we do is right. I would not have made such a declaration did I not believe in this cause, let alone in front of It was not a truth to be revealed lightly. Only with this, the two of you are now in addition. Two of you who know of this make four. I do not deign this truth lightly. It is not a truth I shared lightly, and not without assurance that I believe in that our cause is just.
Can attempt a little sense motive there.
Me or they are? Okay.
I am.
Okay.
So, that is how you have made it in this clan. This one didn't know, and nor do many.
For particular reasons. But that does not reveal
You
that I spoke of without thought.
I see. Well, you must truly be desperate then. In that case, Swear to me. Swear to me by the spirits of your ancestors and your blood that I will go free, and I will help you.
Leona's just looking at you alongside. I'm sure Enam and Leona are both looking at you now.
Mm-hmm. Now, am I able to gauge by like a sense motive or something if this is some kind of ritualistic voodoo that's happening, or is it just like your standard northern swearing?
I swear an oath to you.
Roll me sense motive.
Okay. $34.
Okay. So, with that 34, you know that it's not ritualistic or voodoo, as you call it, in nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's
She
not
might
that
think of
sort
it as that. She's not magic smart. So.
I know.
That was really off the collar of you.
Yeah.
That was really off the collar of you.
It's more of a
Not very,
Red Isles kind of magic.
Red Isles kind of magic. That's kind of bullshit.
Oh no, it's Red Isles.
Oh my god.
Oh no, not a variant. It's a Red Isles expression. I see.
I see.
Alright.
I see. It's not voodoo in nature. It is. You know it is. It's probably more of a cultural thing of their tribe.
Mm-hmm.
You're swearing on the grave of your mother, basically.
You're swearing. Yeah,
sure.
You're swearing on the grave of your mother, and you are offering your blood.
Dishonor on your family. Dishonor on your cow.
Yeah, and on top of that, you are offering their blood. So while it is not magical, it is kind of that oath of saying like, here, I am so willing to this agreement. I'm going to offer you my blood as sort of a down payment, as it were. Here's my signature, and if I break the oath, then you can use it against me. And
she will then say, I swear upon the grave of my late brother that we will use the knowledge that we gain to aid this special one, that we may see you return to your homelands. Because saying that's also her older brother is dead. So he literally has a grave.
that is very fair.
She is the oldest of all her siblings now.
Are you swearing on just that, or are you also offering your blood?
Oh, actually, physically offering.
I mean that quite physically. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. He literally wants your blood.
I literally want your
It's
blood.
not even like a.
It's just a bit of blood.
Okay, well, you were glossing over that detail like very rapidly, so I assumed it to mean a.
I'm sorry.
No.
I might have not.
This is northern customs. Literally blood.
Literally your blood. Sorry, I was trying to be more literal.
You were like, it was going like, the way you were saying it was like, I offer you, and it's like, and you need to swear upon your ancestors and your blood that.
Excuse me, what was that last part? Your ancestors?
No, literally your blood.
And your blood. I'm sorry. I did not mean to come out like that.
No,
Does it change what you were going to do?
Well, what's Leona doing while this is happening?
She's just watching you.
Okay.
Her normal stoic expression, unless you want to try to sense motive on her, which you'd succeed. She doesn't bluff, but you know.
Yeah, sure. I'll just in the meanwhile, I'll just.
You don't have to roll it. You'll succeed.
Yeah.
I can't beat it, even if you roll the 1.
Fair enough.
She doesn't bluff. That's not what she does.
Right.
What do you want to know what she's thinking?
Just-
Otherwise, like I said, she's just watching you.
This is she has been resolute in speaking with this person all this time, so this is probably the first time she's turned back to look at you for just a passing glance to see like what you're evaluating, what your impression of Florentina currently is at the moment. After all this,
She seems to be waiting to see if you'll choose to take the deal. And not disgusted. Confused, maybe?
mm-hmm.
There's
over
some
the
doubt.
customs.
No, there's some level of doubt towards you. It's not disgust, it's not confusion, it's doubt. Because obviously something she didn't know, something that slipped under her nose, so she's not sure what to think of it.
So,
But she's waiting to see otherwise if you'll make the deal. And in fact, she can tell you we're literally mentally linked right now, so.
mm-hmm. And with that,
If you feel the need to ask her if you can, that's your choice, but,
if I can what?
if you can make this deal. If you feel like you need to ask her, so.
Well, she's going to kind of lift her arm to she's going to kind of lift her arm to for this next bit and take one last glance to you to see if you have any commentary towards it.
Nope, her expression remains stoic.
Okay. She will just say to you, I do this for our liege and for the crown. And then see that if this fails, that only I am the one who is punished. Or just some kind of something like that in giant akin to
That you
what
shall
might
still be free, and that I shall take your punishment in your place, maybe.
Yes, just something that might have been said in the northern realms of should I break this?
Might I take your place?
I shall be the one who who
Is punished.
suffers the consequences, is punished, etc. And then drippy, 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 drippy.
Okay. He tears a small rag off of the blanket he has, and he uses it to catch the blood as it soaks up the drips. And then he retracts his hand. Very well. Then, upon my ancestors, I swear that I will attempt to use my knowledge of the spirits to understand what is the cause of this girl's ailment. I cannot promise a cure, nor that I will give you the answers you want, but I will promise that I will give you my aid in exchange for my freedom. Satisfied?
A nod.
Very well. Then, I would pray that you take me to this girl. I have powers that would be able to determine what this strange, arcane ailment is. But it will have easier effects. Is that the right word? Easier. If I meet her in person.
Your examinations We must know first how magical they are in nature, as the slightest bit of something of the arcane could potentially harm her. Even kill her, if not used with care.
I promise you that no magic shall touch her. The ritual I have in mind only really requires them to be at hand, but it does not actually affect them.
Turns to Leona.
I suppose we will need to fetch her then, won't we?
If I may. I ask you this not as a part of our deal, but more as a request from you, as one northerner to another. Your custody is one thing, but this cell... I am growing ill fond of it. Would you not consider taking me to her? If she is this powerful ruler, surely there is some way you can make that happen.
Through the collective, Leona was going to speak to Florentina. He's putting weight on an agreement that wasn't agreed upon.
Yes, I see that. I think we may just need to see what we can do for this. Perhaps if Her Highness gives the good... Perhaps if Her Highness gives the good... gives the good command, perhaps something like this could be performed. Even
Once
then...
she were to ascend the throne, so far as it stands, her word is no better than any other member on the council. The council itself would be the only one that holds the power for any sort of freedom at the moment. However, if perhaps there was a chance we could speak with the warden and have him remanded to our custody, perhaps something like that could happen, should we offer the warden something that he would enjoy in trade for said custody.
We are low on options, madam. I shall follow your lead.
How far? Low on options, but how far? But seeing how far you're willing to go, I imagine that those options are not so few as you think. Should you allow us some time, we may well be able to remand you to our custody, such that you might meet Elia in person.
You Southerners, you truly like your deals and your complicated ways of honor, I suppose.
We enjoy our order and the civilization that springs forth from it. Yes.
So very strange and overcomplicated. Very well. Do as you will. This is not part of our deal. Merely a request from me.
And then he will walk back to the other side of his cell and sit down.
Leona will start walking away.
Likewise.
Through the collective, she will start to say, we will have to speak with the warden and see if there's a chance that we could be remanded to custody. However, seeing as he has decided to make sure it is stated, it is a request and not necessarily being weighted upon the deal itself. Should he be unwilling to cooperate, we could always bring Elena herself down here to meet with him instead. I'm more than certain that they would not deny the young princess such a request were she to ask it.
Agreed. I think she might be. I believe the princess will be quite pleased with this lead, though. I do. I can't remember. I don't know how I want to phrase this part. Though with proper supervision, perhaps this could be. There may be a chance yet. Something to that effect.
Indeed. And we will otherwise look for the warden.
Okay. Very, very easy man to find. I imagine it's not hard to find him somewhere in the prison. Usually
Probably up.
at some form of office.
Give a rap on the door.
Enter.
Hello there, sir.
Oh, what is it now? Is the prisoner giving you trouble?
No, in fact, me and Florentina have come up to ask a request of you.
What would you request of me?
That for a temporary period, whatever term you believe would be acceptable, to have prisoner 143 remanded to our custody. As Grey Maidens and as the the court of the royal family, I do believe that we should indeed have the authority to ask such a request. Yes?
He's puts a hand to his chin and strokes his beard.
May I see that letter you have of written permission from the head maid?
I will pass the letter.
Passes it. He takes it, reads it.
Well, technically, this prisoner is high priority. Meant to stay here. The Cullen Association like to have him close at hand.
In fact, part of the reason we are here is indeed because of the Cullen Association.
Really?
Yes. The one who attends to the princess is in fact of the Cullen Association. She is the reason we are here in the first place.
Do you want to go ahead and roll me diplomacy?
Sure.
I'm
trying. Sure.
Oh my.
Very nice aid.
Woo! Have a +2.
+4 house rule, smiley face.
26.
God.
+4 house rule, smiley face.
What's the +4 house rule?
Just
Nat 20'd on the aid check.
Nat 20'd on the aid check.
Yeah, sure.
That's 28 instead then, if that's the case.
You know what I got.
Smiley face.
Okay, let me make an opposed roll. 1 second. Well, given how I just nat 1'd.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Based.
Well.
Jesus, just take him! Fucking go! He looks at you and says,
Technically, it is not part of protocol, but the head maid has written here, You may do with them as you will. However, I dislike that wording. It
A
technically
very
does mean-
slight smile will come at Leona when he says he doesn't like the wording. She likes the wording because it gives her broad authority.
Yeah,
Of
pretty
course.
much. In that case, you technically have permission, and the head maid outranks me quite some. You may take him.
It will be for a temporary period, I assure you. He will be returned within a period of, I would perchance say, 2 weeks.
Very well.
At most, if not sooner.
If that is what you would agree upon, I would like to have that down in writing. In a lot more detailed writing.
Of course.
Ooh, I love words.
Hands you a quill and a piece of parchment.
That is more so stating that under the authority I have been given, that the prisoner 143 will be remanded to the custody of the court of the royal family for a period not lasting more than 2 weeks. Signed, Augustine.
He looks at it.
Very, very fancy, signature.
Man, you write the very good leader, ma'am.
My God, this looks like the fucking Declaration of Independence with that signature.
I got some Hancock writing over here.
Yeah, I was about to say, good old John Hancock.
Oh.
Down on the paper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That is a reference I know.
I'm so proud. You
He-
know our
he takes it.
history.
He takes it, stores it away, nods. Very well. I will make arrangements. You may take him when ready.
We will return before the end of the day to retrieve him. I appreciate your
Yes.
cooperation, sir.
He nods. Okay.
And a short little, just like the nod of the head to the side for
Yep.
Florentina, we're leaving.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And as we are departing, and like leaving the building, I imagine it might be done in a little bit of a silence.
Not really saying much, no.
Yeah, but she will just speak up at one point and just say, not in the collective, but just speak.
Mm-hmm.
Then Daya and Curtis, they are the other two, if you are curious.
So do I know those names?
The head maid and our butler boss.
Gotcha. I remember him as Struworth and Dervana, or whatever it was.
So yeah, so she'll probably say Lady Lendaya and Lord Curtis.
Mhm.
Lord,
Right,
Lord Struworth.
Struworth is his first name or last name? I'm
Last
gonna have to look
name.
at it.
Last name. Curtis
Okay.
Struworth.
Yep, Lady Sturven and Lord Struworth. Those are the
Mhm.
only two. If in the event you are curious.
Should you be questioning whether... I'll say this one in the collective more so, because I'm keeping this one quieter,
Mhm.
Should you be worried as to what I think of you? You did it for the royal family. That's what matters more to me right now.
Ma'am, she says in the collective.
Okay? Otherwise, she has nothing else to say.
Okay, and we will continue on stoically, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh,
Stoically.
okay. Sorry, there's a little bit of more information just came into me through my
Your
other
psychic
means.
link.
My psychic link. The children as well also knew.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So just pretend that I added that to the list.
The
Doesn't
pigeon of
change her
wisdom flaps away.
Yeah.
Moon and star, I return.
But yeah, guys, now you know my secret. And I was chewing my tongue earlier for all that northern trash talking.
Oh,
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You know,
As a
I'm
northerner,
not racist.
you know that we're correct.
Damn! Shots fired.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have just-
absolutely.
I think their racism is in bad taste.
Hang on, I have just the sound effect for this.
Leaves the collective.
Leaves the collective. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
I'm also not
Wait,
human,
but you're
but I
a
won't tell you what I
human,
am.
right?
Yes, I am. I am human.
Alright, I forgot Northern Realms has humans too.
What? You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be humans up there? Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty
Alright.
racist, Ebony.
No,
The
Ebony,
racism never
Ebony's
ends.
Ebony's right. They're barely even human after all.
Oh,
I get it. I get it.
I don't know who's more racist right now. It's like, it's me. I'm the racist.
what's that video that Chaotic posted once? I'm not racist enough. The one for the horse.
I am not racist.
Yes.
Enough.
And then like the door opens.
Yeah.
That's the song.
Jesus.
That's great.
Oh man.
The last thing you want to see after the words "I'm not racist" are those damn ellipses.
I'm not racist.
But
What?
Famous last words. Anyway.
Well, there you go. I didn't expect you to do that, Guti. I'm proud of you.
Hell fucking yeah.
I told you, I am a loyalist to the kingdom. I will do what I must to protect my kids.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I will say that
Good maid.
your sacrifice there played a big part in the agreement because it's not what I had written down of what he was going to want in return.
Something, Ashara, testament of your wickedness, slit in your throat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember my racist period.
So, man. Something, a test of your reflexes.
A test of your reflexes.
Anyway.
A test of your racism.
A test of your racism. Oh, man. All right. Oh.
Okay, so you guys, you continue on, and I'm assuming you're just making your way back to the rest of the party?
Yep, gonna regroup.
Okay,
I think.
you do that.
Yep.
Very quickly, time check. How is everybody looking?
I'm gonna
I have.
When are you gonna need to go?
I'm going to need to finish up here in about 10-15 minutes.
Same.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
In that case, we can just do the explanations of what's going to happen and anything that comes with that, and then we can bring it to a close.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Flipping back to the market group, you know, once you get past the wrinkly outside, the roasted nut tastes actually delicious.
You can't see
You
the
enjoy-
nut?
You enjoying those nuts in your mouth?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Christian had a cord across the living room and I tripped over it. And he was like, well, if you just look for it. And I'm like, Christian, are you forgetting I'm literally fucking blind?
Damn.
Go for it. But how long do we think that it might be going for?
About 10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
10, 15
and then we'll
minutes
be
more,
closing
okay.
up.
Just wrapping up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, probably hooking the other maids up to the collective and informing them of what we did, minus the fact of now I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to say, because a lot of the deal. I could just say an agreement was reached, and this prisoner will be remanded into our custody. I'm essentially avoiding the fact that Florentina is a northerner. So,
Mhm.
Okay.
so essentially, otherwise informing them, this prisoner will be our guest for the foreseeable future, that he might aid Heka in what is necessary. Funny thing is, if we can get somebody on the throne within 2 weeks, they can just pardon him, and then he can just leave without having to come back. So
As a gracious, gracious help for aiding in the princess's malady, now queen's malady. Pardons and reparations are given. People sign
Yeah.
peace treaties. It's gonna be fucking great.
It's gonna be fine, guys. Everything's gonna be fine.
Politics is easy.
Politics is fucking great. Are you guys enjoying this boss I've created for you?
This
Hell
is the
yeah.
fight that we didn't build our character sheets for.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
Too bad.
I don't know, man. We're rolling pretty good.
We
You
are
guys
rolling
actually
pretty
have been
good.
doing very well. The good
But
thing
when
right
do
now
I
is
poison?
at some time, somewhere. But the good thing right now that you guys have been doing great with is a lot of the people you've been talking to are quite lower level than you. Therefore, your massive skill checks are just
We're very good at what we do.
very good at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
I'm very good at poisoning
I am very good at one thing.
And cooking.
and cooking and
Whack.
sewing
Yes.
and
See?
speaking.
There
Also
you go.
tripping.
You
Whack.
guys will be fine.
And
Don't worry,
throwing.
I'm sure you could poison someone. You could poison Struwa.
Myself. No, I can't. Why would
Why
I
would-
want to do that?
I was
Do
He
just making a
seems to be a
suggestion.
good guy.
I was just making a suggestion. You could.
Also, Florentina, I'ma buy you that ring. I got you covered.
Maiden.
Are you proposing?
No.
Gets down on one knee, gives you ring of sustenance.
I'm pretty
Oh, yeah,
sure
that's right.
being a princess gives me the right to officiate if you want.
Now
It
you'll
will
be.
be funny. It will be funny if like she's giving her the ring, but the ring falls and she has to go in one knee to pick it up.
Are we?
Oh, that'd be funny. You know.
Hold on. Actually, question: Are we back together yet? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, I'd
Yes,
say
and
so.
the idea is I put the others in the collective and informed them of what we did, minus the fact that Florentina is a northerner. So yes, otherwise we are back together, which means you should get your ring now.
Cool.
Yes, which I still have.
Would there be any kind of check to see that I may have,
Poop
drawn
spoop.
blood?
If you put your gloves and armor back on, then no. It would be underneath your glove. I kind of saw it as your hand that you cut. Like you took off your
Yeah.
glove and you cut your hand. If you put a rag around it and then put your glove back on, no one would notice.
All right,
Mhm.
groovy. Cool.
Yeah. I assumed you went like slitting your throat or something.
Yeah, that's probably not.
That was the plan. Actually, yeah, that was what I was going to do.
In which case, can I have a fortitude saving throw?
Can she survive
Coup de grace
slitting
yourself.
her own throat with a 23?
It depends on
I
how much
think I
damage she
have-
dealt to herself.
Yeah.
my
I think
God.
I have a poison that helps slow bleeding. It's to
Why
try
do
to
these
stop the
all
blood
sound
in
like
your
medicine?
veins.
Why does these all sound like medicine?
No, it's,
What do you
it's
think
supposed to try
poison
to
is?
stop the blood in your veins. Yes,
Oh.
poison is just medicine when you have too much of it.
Oh,
I'm
fair.
just imagining Rena realizes they picked up the wrong bag at some point, and they look at it and he says, "Oh, the name tag says Aesop on it. Who the fuck is that?"
Oh,
fuck is
I
that?
apologize. That one's for me. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Aesop,
Why are there
this isn't my bag. What the fuck is this?
Why is there all these? I can't hold all these poisons.
Oh man, there's a lot of poisons. I don't want to sit here and count as many poisons as I have, but I can tell you it is a number bigger than 200.
We got the wrong herb bags.
Oh, it's almost the same number as the number of explosives in Axe bag.
So let's see, I have 24 of that, 40 of that, 40 of that, 80 of that, 40 of that, 40 of that, 40 of that, 40
We have
I spent all of the rest of my money, which was like 60k on points.
we have so many danger bags in our world, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other than informing the... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, other than informing the maids, otherwise I imagine we double-check to make sure we picked up all the items we're going to need for the Duke's arrival, make sure we can make that stroganoff and all the other courses that we want to add. Mm-hmm. And got the ring, and probably just accompany the kids while they are looking at whatever they want to look at until we're able to go and gather our guest. It may be a good idea to let them know we're gathering a guest. So, So we'll probably also inform the kids that we will be bringing a guest back with us today.
Anybody want some Night Eyes dust? It makes you shaken and blinded.
I think I'll be okay, thank you. The one that makes me sleep could be useful.
Do you got a truth serum?
Dreaming death.
Do you have a truth serum by chance? Could put that to good
yes,
use.
I do.
Wait.
I have that one for that's what I meant earlier when I said I have some interrogation stuff, but I wasn't there.
Keep that keep that in mind. We may need it.
If needed, I have a good intimidation.
If needed, I stab people with needles.
You know what's cool? Anyone who's shaken that I hit gets sickened automatically. No save.
Hey, I have a lot of shaken stuff.
Hey.
I shake them, you stir.
I will stir them.
Ooh, okay.
You could say they are gonna shake.
Should we tell the princess about what this guest may be doing for us?
Well, we've definitely told them that there's a guest coming, and somebody spoke up guest. I'm assuming that was Averin, so... Could have been Averin or Elia, actually. I couldn't tell.
It was Elia, pardon me. Yeah, she's most interested there.
Yes.
We don't usually have guests. Wait, is this Duke Carthus arriving?
No, the Duke is not due for, as far as we're aware, at least a few more days. This will instead be someone that was of interest to Heka, and may well be helpful in forwarding any of your treatments.
I see, it must be a great doctor of some kind.
Not
Yes.
sure. Not sure how I would classify him. But if Heka believes that it will be helpful, but if Heka believes that it will be helpful, then she just kind of nods her head a little, just as in, like,
So be it.
So be it, exactly.
Well, in that case, I'll make sure to be on our best behavior then. Isn't that right, Averin? Yeah. I'm always on my best behavior.
Side eye.
Side eye.
Side eye.
I'm gonna
we're doomed.
I can see him
ask.
side eye pouting at her, just like, I'm always on my best behavior.
I'm gonna ask to the collective, like, so because I'm assuming that we know that the guest is a northerner, right?
Remember, Heka explained it to us that he was from the north, so yes, you would know that.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is put down some hay.
Do we know if the guest? Do we know the guest is a horse person?
It's not a horse.
A
Horse
stag.
person.
Not a centaur. He's a stag.
It's a
stagtar.
Servitor.
Whatever.
Servitor.
Servitor.
Also
It's
known
not a
as.
horse. It's a knight.
Also known as game.
Oh no! I know that's gonna be a trip.
I am.
I could see some human tribes thinking they're no different than deer and hunting them all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're called raiders.
Oh no! Did I eat one of his people one time?
Oh man.
But like how? Sorry, just because I got confused. Have we been brought this guy yet with the group or not yet?
No, we're
Not
supposed to
yet.
collect him before we
Okay, but so then it's like, so are we gonna just bring this deer man and not explain about our guest, or are the princes not to know who the guest is?
They'll see him soon enough.
I understand. I am just concerned about their them being exposed to this kind of
keep it-
company.
keep-
Being exposed to what?
Continue,
This
continue.
thing?
What,
Go
a
ahead.
northerner?
This
Yes.
thing, this game, this creature, this monster. Come on.
Yes,
Say what you want to say.
to this kind of company.
What kind of company? I mean, he's just a normal person. He's
Should not a future ruler be aware of all kinds of peoples, good and bad?
Maiden is definitely uncharacteristically quiet about this.
Consider it a teaching lesson if necessary, Flamme.
Fine. Just be sure that our guest stays on good behavior.
He will be on his best behavior, or else.
Hang on,
Good.
guys. I have exactly what what Flamme wanted to say in this collective.
Oh dear.
Check the Maids chat.
Why are we all so fucking
no.
racist?
Because it's place you're from.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Don't even need to click it. I know what it is.
Guti, you and me need to teach these people to not be a racist.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd like-
so
I guess
the-
because we're the only two that aren't technically from
It's
place
like-
you're from.
yeah, because I'm like, oh, I guess I'm just a. I'm a human,
Yeah.
thank you.
You know, it
And then,
is
we go
Yeah.
back to, and then we're going to go back to
It's from
detectives.
here.
So anyway,
And I'm an
it is
outsider.
Guti.
it does feel incredibly weird to be on that side of the wall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm a double
Guti,
outsider.
Guti, it's okay. It's okay. You're one of the good ones.
Oh my
yeah, I got a northern friend.
I can say it. I have a northern friend.
Oh god. Oh.
Am I one of the good?
My god.
I'm one of the bad
Demonetized.
ones.
I will say I hate being like this, but it makes sense for these characters.
Flem,
Yes.
you're fine.
Yeah.
You're not from there. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my god.
I'm
You could be
sorry.
from the shadow of there.
Ah. Oh my fucking
The
god.
shadow of
I'm sorry.
will
This
say
is not
I am
actually
not
me.
from- I am not
I
from
do
there,
not-
and
I do
am
not-
not
I do not
think it's
espouse these views
Yeah,
in
I
real
think-
life.
Chat, please.
Chat.
Whoever is watching this, we do not condone racism.
We
are-
do not
but-
condone this.
To be realistic in
Unless
our
they're
interpretations of a medieval society.
Exactly.
Unless-
Yes,
They're drowned.
and also we establish it as something that is inherently wrong, and we will try to better our behaviors if brought up.
blah blah blah.
Eh.
YouTube apology. Let's move on.
Blah blah blah. Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no,
This is the YouTube apology video.
Yes.
I love it.
I am not Frumian, and I'm an outsider. I'm
Yeah.
a double outsider.
Exactly.
Well, Rena, you'll be happy to hear
Y'all's
that when it comes up.
racism feels so bad.
Oh well,
You'll be
look
happy
at
to
this
hear about it,
happily
Rena.
bonding.
We can all have a long talk about it over the table.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
So,
Back
anything
to the
else we
table.
need to? Yep. Anything else we need to wrap up, or are we stopping here? Are we going to grab the prisoner and start home? Where is the end point for the evening?
Well, for this, I would imagine we can we can go with it with you guys making your way home. I'm assuming you've made all of your purchases. I know you wanted to buy those rings.
We had the ring for Florentina, and then we have
I gave that to
Gonna-
honorable.
Rena picked up all of the stuff we're gonna need for the Duke's favorites, right?
Yeah. In that case, you guys are
Just once
fine
we
with
collect
that.
the
You've
prisoner.
had enough time in the city to do all of those things without being obstructed. So,
Yeah.
We will
Yeah.
otherwise take him in his manacles and take him with us.
he
So.
is.
Or
in
is this a thing
court-
is this a thing you really feel that needs to be role played out, or
Not particularly, only that when Elia, Averin, and Theo see the supposed doctor, their eyes go very wide. What? They all stare at him and have a lot of confusion about what this creature is. They've never seen it before.
yeah, fair.
That is about everything. He
If all is finished, then we return back to hold the fort. Hold the fort. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
and you proceed forth. The guards that came with you shall guard the prisoner you have. 2 people manned at his side,
And one behind.
and 1 behind.
Woo!
There you go.
Yeah.
You guys
Did it,
make your way
guys.
back, and with that, I'd say that's probably a good place to call it.
Yeah. Good shit.
All right, there you go.
Good shit.
Mhm. So,
By the way, I do like the Centaur, not gonna lie.
Servitor.
Servitor, yeah.
Servitor.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a very good picture. I like it. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
There-
foreshadowing.
I'm glad I found it. I'm glad I found it because there are not many deer boys on the internet.
There are not.
No, that's why I have
found
to
that.
draw mine.
Yeah, I found that personally when I was doing my write-up of the race. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
get
why I'm
that.
gonna have to draw my own.
I am gonna
Which,
have to just grab a whole bunch of human-looking people and crop them.
Just drop the lower half and just
Yeah.
pretend that part's a deer. Fine.
No,
Just,
what
just,
you
just
do
grab
is you get your
just grab
Photoshop
Satyr
open.
pictures.
No, here's what you do. You hit your Photoshop open, just load up a whole bunch of pictures of deer, and then you just find, like, torso up portraits of people and just Photoshop them together. We'll understand.
Just as a random side note. Just as a random side note, looking at this servitor, I'm wondering why he's wearing a cloth that would cover where, on a human, where something would be. It's like, but there's nothing there for
I
you.
was
It's just
literally
your front.
just thinking that. Maybe he's got 2
Same.
dongs.
Same,
He's
bro.
got-
He's got 2 dicks.
Maybe it's just ornamental. I mean, it would be flapping all over. the place.
Maybe more.
Jesus
Maybe more.
Christ.
As Christian has learned, for some
Imagine.
reason, people keep thinking that they don't have the animal bits, that they do have only the human bits, and it's been really upsetting him in his search for literature.
That's very annoying.
Yes.
Weird.
That doesn't make sense to me. I feel like, does that mean they have like 2 stomachs? It doesn't make sense. No, they would have the animal anatomy because that's in the rear.
As someone who's Pathfinder character for the Kingmaker game,
Oh no.
got engaged to one of the fucking centaurs outside of his own knowledge because apparently writing on the back of a centaur is apparently a marriage proposal if they write you back to their clan. That's a
Would've been
knowledge.
nice to have known that.
Would have been nice to make that knowledge check, but you know what? Fair enough.
Oof.
And
Big
just
oof.
Would have
the
been
amount
nice.
of-
Would have been nice for all the other players who made the knowledge check to have told me. But no! Anyway.
And man, all the tongue chewing I was doing when that Griffin Knight visited, and all that northern hate bouncing around, I was making some faces, just like.
I know, you sent me a whole bunch of gifs.
I did.
Yep. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope you've all enjoyed. I once again do not condone the racist undertones, but you know what? It makes for good story.
What?
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 Who?
What?
Honey?
Thanks for joining today, everybody.
Thanks for joining today. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.